In the world of radio shock jocks, the biggest are Opie and Anthony.
These people say shocking things that border on offensive in order to entertain their audience.
I refuse to sit here and think that radio has to be nice. Why? Why does radio, out of any other medium, have to be nice? We are being now held to a standard where we have to be nice and make people feel good. Go screw!
Radio bad boys, Opie and Anthony.
Controversial radio personalities, Opie and Anthony.
Infamous DJs, Opie and Anthony.
Talk show radio hosts, Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Shock jocks, Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
Tom Brokaw, NBC Nightly News. Wardrobe.
Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony.
What are you doing in death?
I've been hanging a lot with JFK, and he's the life of the party, let me tell you.
Why would he be the life of the party?
At the party, he's the one that goes around with the Doritos, and he fills his head with salsa.
It's time for people to understand these are words. If you don't like them, turn the dial.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
What a way to start the morning.
Hi.
Good morning. We're looking at an awful picture of Britney Spears' ass.
Yeah, this one's been making the rounds for a couple of days.
My God, man.
And just as we had predicted on this very program.
What was that?
That she was just going to turn into a complete mess. She has turned into a complete mess.
You know, you've used that observation since the first day we started working together about how, her butt looks like she sat in a
gravel driveway.
A gravel driveway too much and just stood up.
Yeah.
That's what her ass looks like that we're looking at right now.
It's all flattened out.
Dude, I haven't even had my second cup of coffee. This is too early. Too early for this.
It's sagging where you could see where her thigh meets butt cheek. You know that little on a hot girl, like what she used to be? It's like a curve. It's an actual curve. This is now a crease. And the whole cheeks, both of them, are just like decimated with a cellulite.
Cellulite, dimples, like lots of dimples.
Yeah.
The right leg has so much cellulite. It looks like an elephant's trunk.
Yeah.
Right?
What the hell? And we all remember what that ass used to look like.
And then I'm like, there's no way that's her ass. And then, of course, they have another picture where they zoom out to show that it's Britney Spears walking.
It's her.
Where's she?
Yeah. It's her.
Huh?
Where was that?
I have no idea. I think she's vacationing somewhere, of course. That's what she does.
Yeah, that's the latest picture of her. There you go. She's got a little beach wrap on.
A sarong.
A sarong.
And it like blew up in the back, and oof.
Look at that, man. What a way to start. Well, good morning.
That moonscape ass.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. The O&A virus spreading across America. If you want to check out this lovely ass picture, where are we at today there, E-Rock?
We'll have it up on our site in a few minutes.
Oh, you're going to make people go to our site. Very, 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 very smart.
Well, there's nervous E-Rock slurping up some water.
Poor E-Rock.
Yeah.
And then just before the show, they had a clip from the Girls Next Door. I guess there's some controversy. I don't even know what it's about.
That's that Hugh Hefner show?
Yeah, where he has like three girlfriends.
Yeah.
3 fake girlfriends. He started with 7 fake girlfriends, and now he's down to 3 fake girlfriends.
They got to tap out the other ones.
And I guess a lot of people watch Girls Next Door. And
do they?
And only one really likes Hef, and the other 2 are there just for the publicity and to get get a little exposure for themselves when they move on from the old guy, the old codger.
Yeah.
But have you watched the show?
The show is the equivalent of the old radio gag where you got to keep your hand on the car and the last one there wins. Because obviously the girls are bailing out.
Yeah.
And there's, like you said, 3 left. One of them really seems into him, but I think she's going to be the one with her hand on the car last. And she's going to get like the Hefner fortune. by maybe marrying the guy or
But
something.
she really looks like she's in love with the guy.
Maybe she's a great actress because when they kiss, it is so heinous to watch.
Yeah, well, the other two, when Hef goes in for a kiss, they all turn their heads real fast and get the cheek kiss. But the one goes in for full lip kissing with Hugh Hefner.
Yeah. The one with the pigtails, is that the girl?
Well, they're all blonde. I don't know.
I can't tell one from the other.
Yeah, I can't tell either. But Hef walks around with his hearing aids. He walks around in his pajamas.
Yeah,
I was telling Anthony, like, when he was in his late 30s, early 40s, it was cool to be in his pajamas.
He's in his pajamas at the mansion with that pipe, and he's just like, "Hey, ladies," and bedding down with all of them.
And the reason he had his pajamas, he was banging so many women, he didn't have time to actually dress.
Get dressed in clothes.
Right? He's like, I might as well just walk around with pajamas.
Let's goo up the old skimmer in the grotto.
Right.
That's what he would do, just drop his robe.
But now it's creepy because, he's keeping the pajama thing going, but he's an 80-year-old man, and he does, like, the slipper shuffle. He's got hearing aids, and it just looks creepy.
Yeah.
And Kendra, one of the girls,
Kendra?
Yeah, Kendra, she's in it just to get her face known and some publicity. Like, she's disgusted by Hugh Hefner. She's the one that definitely changes, turns her cheek if Hugh comes in for a kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can't be bothered with Hugh Hefner.
What are their names? I'll tell you which one is his main one.
Kendra, Holly, and...
Holly, I think, is his main
one. What was the third one? I don't know.
Holly, I think, is... They were on Larry King, all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And Holly's the main one.
Oh, yeah, Bridget.
All I know is I went to that after party after the Hugh Hefner roast, and all his girls were there, and I think he had 7 at the time. I think all 7 were around him. And I saw one of them making out with Rob Schneider on the stairway coming down in the club.
Yeah.
And me and my girl are just laughing, going, that's Hef's girl right there, just making out with Rob Schneider. And later on, we saw Hef's manager, this woman, a handler, I guess she handles these women, just yelling at this crying blonde who wheeled out with Schneider, and she apparently got fired.
Oh, really?
And that was her getting the old shove because she made Hef look bad.
She got fired from being one of his girlfriends.
Making out with Deuce Bigelow.
Good for Hef. He's 80 and he's not sharing with some second-rate B-movie actor. Yeah. He shouldn't. Beat it, bitch. You're out.
Scram.
What was her name? She's gone. What a dope.
I can't get enough of the show because it is just creepy. He's got the big hearing aids.
Yeah.
They do movie night in his bed, and the girls lay around, and only one lays next to him. The other two are as far away in the bed as possible.
It doesn't work anymore. That was a whole thing. I've seen old clips. You ever see the black and white clips of the Playboy? There was a show, a TV show.
Yeah.
It was I can't remember the name of it, but it was something Playboy After Dark, I think it was called. And Hef would come out, and it was black and white. And he'd come out and go, "Hi, I'm Hugh Hefner," with his pipe and his robe. And I'm going to show you the world of erotic blah, blah, blah. And he'd just spout off some crap and show the girls.
He was very articulate.
Yeah.
He knew a little about everything.
Yeah, and he just looked like the cool guy, and everybody wanted to be Hef.
Yeah.
And now it's, you feel bad for him. It's like watching your grandpa get abused by these women. It's horrible.
And I
don't think he's liking it.
He's so old now. He wears the captain hat. A lot of old dudes have to wear the captain hat.
Captain of.
All aboard. It's the Grim Reaper's ship.
Well, you got to give him this.
He's the SS Flaccid.
Nah, he's the captain of Poo-Ha. You got to give him that.
I think he was at some point. I think it's all an act now. I think it's all an act.
Yeah.
I don't think he's. Do you think that guy has the endurance to satisfy 3 girls in the sack like that? Get out of here.
You think it's possible to actually get turned off from the Poo-Ha?
Not turned off.
But I mean, you're 80, you've had every type of Poo-Ha possible.
He did actually experiment with homosexuality years ago because he got Miles Davis did the same thing. They got so many girls.
Experiment. Let me tell you something.
Else.
I could live
to 120.
Yeah, I could take a spaceship to the planet. See,
did he get it?
I don't know.
You might want to try that again. There,
I said
Rookie.
I could take a spaceship to the planet. and never
get bored of it.
Want to turn to
That's Hef, though.
That doesn't matter. It's Hef.
He probably did it to be silly.
Silly?
I don't have a pipe. Come here, fella.
Look, putting the lampshade on your head and dancing around at a party is silly.
Yeah,
taking
he was knocking him, back like 3-4 a day easily.
Players couldn't get a drink at the table.
So I don't.
You go back over the years. There's probably 50, 60 girls he slept with.
Perhaps more than that, Jim.
All right, but I don't know. I can't get enough of that show and how just god awful and creepy it is.
Yeah, it's another one of those the fake reality shows. I think. I don't think that's really going on.
No.
You know that, like I said, the type of endurance you need. He doesn't look like he's working out or anything. You know what I mean? It doesn't. I don't think he's got the wind for it.
They were taking turns for a while.
Oof.
But I don't think Kendra ever took a turn because they had her 21st birthday party at the mansion.
God.
And he's 80.
Oh,
that's even creepy for us.
We might need this audio.
Why?
I don't know, because it's about.
No, it's just
Nicole Richie might be pregnant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're supposed to be talking to her today.
Yeah, we'll have Nicole Richie on the show a little later on. Well, at least she'll gain some of that weight back if she's pregnant.
Like you said, we're supposed to have her on, Opie. Perhaps you could wait until the phone call before you say anything that might... yeah.
Also, we have Brian Regan coming in today.
Hey.
And Chuck Liddell.
Yes.
Very, very cool.
I hear Brian's going to fight Chuck right here in our studio.
We should.
Hey, no, you're a nice guy and all. That's great.
We should surprise Brian Regan with a UFC match with Chuck Liddell.
Yeah. You see Brian just beats the crap out of him.
Right.
They go, wow, that Regan take on a heckler, can he?
You got to imagine that Regan's got some anger in him somewhere.
I got a good spinning back kick.
No, as soon as Regan walks in the studio waving, we should just have Liddell blindside him.
just lock him. Well, it's what he does. Regan would be all nice about it. It's what he does. It's his job and everything.
Yeah.
I don't mind him punching me.
Just shoulder block him right into that television. You see Regan's head crack the screen.
Ow, hey.
What else?
That hurt.
What else is going on as we all wake up this morning? Wow, I didn't even know this was going on, and I'm a huge hockey fan, I got to tell you. I really am. I love my Islanders. I got season tickets, and then when my Islanders were out, I was going for the Sabres.
Yeah.
I was rooting for the Sabres, considering I spent about 10 years in Western New York. Mm-hmm. They got dumped out. They got knocked out, whatever. And then I was like, all right, hockey's over for this year.
Yeah, you were done.
But I guess the Anaheim Ducks won their first Stanley Cup last night.
Yeah.
You would think I would have watched the games, but I didn't care.
No one really does.
But when it's June and they're still playing hockey and your team's not in it, it just doesn't feel right to watch hockey.
Yeah. And no one really cared.
So they won the Stanley Cup last night, and then
congrats.
Of course we got to say hi to Cleveland because King James goes for the title tonight.
Who?
King James, come on! Get on board with King James, the next Jordan.
Does he play hockey?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
It's King James.
Who's in the NBA Finals?
Why do they call...
Let's start there. Who's in the NBA Finals?
Is that the National Basketball Association?
Yes.
Oh. And in the finals?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say...
now, really try.
I'm going to try. I'm saying the Bulls.
Dude, we're on in Chicago, man. They're a big sports town.
You know something?
You're showing that you...
I know nothing about basketball.
All right, give it another...
I like other...
All right, give it another try.
Okay. It's a team... That team with the big, tall, black guy. No?
Every team has a big, tall, black guy.
Damn it.
Can you help me out here?
Hoping you to... Okay,
I said hi
Not the Knicks.
No. I said hi to Cleveland.
Oh, the Cleveland, what's their team?
Oh, my God. Are you kidding?
Cavaliers.
All right, very good. All right. And who are they playing?
They're playing the team that is from the... San Antonio, the Spurs. I would actually known the Spurs if you would have just said San Antonio.
Oh, really?
That's a big thing for me.
Boy, that's pretty impressive.
Name a city. Let me see if I could name their basketball team.
Orlando.
Magic.
Trying to think of cities we're in. How about Washington?
Washington. Capitals. Senators, the presidents, the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, but they don't have Jazz in Utah.
Right. Yes, that's because they moved the team.
From where?
From New Orleans.
Very good.
Whew. The Redskins.
The Redskins. Now you sound like Brian Regan.
I have
the Washington.
I just could never get into basketball playing it.
Yeah, they used
it was the Bullets.
They used to have the greatest name.
Oh, the Bullets.
No, they're not the Bullets anymore. They used to have the greatest name, the Washington Bullets.
But offended people.
But of course, sports also has to be PC now.
Yeah.
Which just drives me nuts.
Bullets are very bad.
Hey, and really fast before we take our first break.
The Wizards. Washington Wizards.
Who gave you the answer?
Than.
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Than.
I should have known because I was a wizard in EverQuest 2. Remember, I was going for my robe and pointy hat. Boy, I really am horrible at basketball. I never played it. I never liked it. It always seemed like a game that any game where the scoring part of it isn't all that exciting because you score in the hundreds. It just never appealed to me. And when the last minute can just go on forever, and then I say, why didn't they play like that the whole game? It's like,
all right, I'm not a fan of the NBA.
No, sorry, people. That's your Opie connection right there.
And for all you Yankee fans, Roger Clemens,
he's coming back Saturday. Oh, my God. Goodness gracious.
Yes, Saturday's the day that Roger finally takes the mound.
We'll see.
Some 25 games after they announced that he was joining the team.
25 games.
Something like that.
25 abysmal games, too.
Yeah, well, and, I'm sure Susan Waldman will just lose her mind as that day unfolds.
She's taking so much crap. She is going to be misconservative.
He could throw a no-hitter and she'd be like, well, congratulations.
Yeah. Hey, did you see that?
You don't think she's going to be screaming, yelling?
No.
Roger Clemens is walking toward the mound. It's quite exciting to watch. Oh, my God. He's bending down to tie his shoe. Oh, but look at this, the excitement in he's grabbing the rosin bag. He's getting some rosin.
Well, we'll see. I think it's going to be just a disaster for him,
Do you think, boy, that first outing had better be good?
Nah, I don't think it's going to happen.
What about that scar tissue in his groin? Oh, God. I can't even walk thinking about scar tissue in your groin.
Yeah.
And he's got to pitch a game?
Yeah.
And not too much pressure either.
No.
Because he's got to go out there and absolutely kill, or else, could you see, they got to pull him after the second or third inning?
Everyone's going to watch how he walks out to the mound. Yep, that's groin scar tissue.
Yeah,
all right.
I've seen that before.
All right, the Britney ass photos are up on our website. Just the name of the show, one word, .com, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, for the early risers, we got a pair of tickets to the Traveling Virus Show on June 16th at Jones Beach. Yes, it's our comedy show. We're hitting the road this summer. Next stop is Jones Beach, June 16th. Brought to you by Bud Light. Always worth it. We'll give away a pair of tickets right now to a random caller, 877-212-5762. And it's no secret that we've had a very interesting month.
Sure.
And we're going to try to do something very cool for the fans, our little thank you. I think we should have a little announcement yesterday. And it has something to do with the Opie and Anthony Traveling Virus Comedy Tour.
How are we going to possibly have an announcement yesterday?
Did I say yesterday?
We're going to go back in time. Opie, do you have a time machine?
Did I really say yesterday?
Yes, you did.
Oh, boy.
An announcement yesterday.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have a little something for the people that have been really cool to us the last month or so, okay? Only for the New York area.
Yeah, sorry.
So if you were cool and if you were really supportive of the show and you live in Pittsburgh, what can I tell you? No, it's a special thing for the June 16th show at Jones Beach, our comedy show. Okay, we should have that announcement tomorrow. All right, it's Opie and Anthony. We'll continue in just a bit.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show. 92.3 K-Rock.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. Phone number 877-212-5762. What do you want to talk about? Give us a call.
We got want to talk about this.
We got Brian Regan coming in.
Brian.
We have Chuck Liddell coming in.
Yep.
He was knocked out, man. We got to talk about that today, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
Was that a big surprise? I don't even know. I still don't know.
Liddell was favored. He was definitely favored, but Rampage Jackson had beaten him already. And, some guys just have your number. And Rampage Jackson has him by 9 years. That's a big difference when you're fighting, man. That's
you know what,
9-year difference.
Chuck took out 2 of the 3 guys that defeated him at some point in his career. And, the last one, oof.
I was worried about this one only because, Liddell is the champion, and it's like when you watch Rocky 3, it's like after a while, when you're the champion, man, it's like, okay, you have to be vigilant, but everybody loves you. Everywhere you go, people are buying you drinks. Everywhere you go, you're on Entourage. It doesn't make it tougher to, be hungry.
Yeah.
It's got to be, because what else is there to achieve?
Rocky working out in the hotel lobby.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't that. That was that was the worst example of a champion.
Clubber Lang is doing pull-ups in his basement.
I'm sure Liddell didn't do that, but you know what I'm saying? It's got to be hard when life is so good, and you're banging all the girls or whatever it is you do when you're a champion.
You're now banging 10s instead of 4s.
Yeah. You might get a little distracted from training, that's all.
Dude, how great that must be to go into a club with any chick that you want and just know that nobody can hit on her.
Yeah.
It's like you're always paranoid that some other guys that come over and just touch your girl's hiney and they make eye contact with you. And you're
what are you going to do?
Bub, and then get security.
Hey, you. Why I oughta.
I'm basically saying,
I won't.
It must be nice to be a real man.
A real man is what you're talking about. It's things that real men do, Jim.
It's very rare that we're intimidated, but when he comes in, it's just ridiculous.
But he's the nicest guy, you know?
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't try to, he doesn't seem like a bully, like a guy, he's just a savage guy. Like, he would probably rather fight a guy that can fight than, than one of us.
Yeah.
There's no reason to beat up someone on the radio. It's silly.
It'd be easy.
I'm a bully. Like, if you come in here with one leg, I'm going to stare you down.
Yeah, that's it. We really are awful people in here. We're bullies.
If you're in your 80s or something like that, and you disrespect me, you might get smacked in the mouth.
But I don't care who you are. That's human nature. Like, just talk about driving, and someone cuts you off or something.
Yep.
And if it's like a soccer mom, you're going to do everything. You're going to just be a complete a-hole on the road. But if it's some intimidating guy in a pickup truck or a van or something, you're like, oh man,
I'll just leave him alone.
He wins. He wins on this one.
Right.
You know.
I drive every day. My commute is somewhat of a nightmare on the way home, especially of late, since I drive home a little earlier these days, and there's a lot of traffic still. And I am remembering what it was like when we used to drive in together when we were doing afternoons.
Yeah.
Holy jeez. You just get to the point where I gotta just go, you know something? I'll get home half hour later. It's not going to bother me. But I remember, I have this in my DNA, the memory is there of the anger and the road rage. Because I'll look over. If somebody's in that left lane doing 40 and completely neck and neck with the car in the middle lane, who is neck and neck with the car in the right lane, and they're doing this perfect blockade, and there's nothing but clear highway to the horizon. And I got to get around these people. The second I get a space enough to go around, as I'm passing, I'll look out the window and see who's driving in the car that's causing this whole mess. And I got to tell you, a lot of times it's exactly who you'd think would be driving. And it's infuriating.
Yeah.
And in those situations, I will yell things out. I stick my hand out the window and flip the bird all the time. I'm awful, but I'm doing it at 80 miles an hour, so they're not going to catch me.
Driving in and out of Manhattan can reduce you to tears.
Yeah, literally.
No joke. I mean, grown men have been known to cry.
Just crying.
Because you just feel so helpless.
Yep.
Like, there's traffic, and then there's just a complete meltdown of the roadways to the point where, you know, you're doing all your maneuvers, you're trying alternate ways to get into Manhattan. Nothing works, and you end up just sitting behind your steering wheel and crying and searching for your chick's Coldplay CD. So you have a soundtrack for your tears.
Oh. We were driving to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Me, Kenny, and my chick. I was doing that gig, and the traffic. There was a meltdown, like you said. There was a problem on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, like it shut down.
Yeah.
So when they had all that severe ice, so everything was routed onto these little roads, and the traffic was not moving. And you get this panic, like you want to evacuate somehow. You want to throw up, or you want things to come out of your body. You're so angry on the other drivers. You want to cry on other men. I want to let salty tears drip on them and go, just go.
One of the most frustrating moments ever in traffic for me was that when I was living in Huntington. I think I was married at the time. I'm not sure of it because of where I was going. I was leaving my house, and I left a little early so I could go have sex with my girlfriend. So I got jammed up in traffic, and I swear to you, tears were coming out of my eyes. I'm like, if I don't get to have sex with my girlfriend before I have to go to work, I am going to be livid, and this idiot is in my way. Oh, was I angry.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than leaving your wife to have sex with your girlfriend and getting stuck in a traffic jam.
Wait a minute. That's not healthy for marriage.
No. It probably isn't. But it was very frustrating. I think Ope was in the car one day and couldn't understand why I was so pissed off on the 59th Street Bridge.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? I was pounding the steering wheel going, Mother! Get the out of my way! I gotta get the out of here! Opie, what's with these people? They're not moving! Get out of my way!
Hey, it's an ongoing theme on the show. The power of the poo-ha.
Oh, yeah.
The power of the poo-ha.
God damn.
You know, I kind of miss driving with Anthony. You know, we used to live in Huntington.
Yeah, we were carpooling it.
And we used to carpool, but I think it's safer that we don't drive anymore.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, probably is.
We used to get into some situations, man. The best one, and it goes back to what I was saying about, you know, if someone cuts you off on the highway and it's some soccer mom in a minivan, you're gonna be a raging a-hole. But if it's someone intimidating, you back down. It's kind of human nature.
Yeah.
And I know guys will call up and go, poo. That doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
I take on everybody, whoever cuts me off. I don't care who they are. Yeah. Right. And live in your fantasy world. But remember the time that I hit the guy?
Oh, in the crosswalk.
Yeah,
my favorite.
I was being really cocky and to get out of Manhattan, like you get people walking across the street when it's green, like you're supposed to be going.
Green light. It's one of the most frustrating things. There's a constant battle going on between pedestrians and motorists here in New York City. And here's what happens. When there's a lot of traffic, you'll be stuck at a green light. The light's green, but across the intersection, you have nowhere to go. So you have to stop there and wait at the green light. Now, during this time, since your light is green, the pedestrians have a don't walk sign.
Yeah.
But since they see that traffic isn't moving, they'll start crossing the street. Now, as they're doing this, traffic then clears on the other side of the intersection. Now, you have a green light and a bunch of pedestrians in front of you, and you can't move. This is infuriating.
Right.
I understand sometimes pedestrians can make it through, but how about you look up the line of traffic, see if it's starting to move. If it is, stay on your goddamn sidewalk. Don't walk in front of my vehicle if I have a green light and a clear road, because there's going to be trouble. You're at least going to get, and then once you cross me in front of me, I will pull next to you, and thank God for the Escalade. I love it because the windshield washer will fling liquid to the passenger side, and I will soak the people as I drive slowly by them. Boy, it is a pisser.
Boy, you're a tough guy.
That's right. As I then go to get away because they might hurt me.
Why don't you just jump out and stick a baby on board little sticker on them on their forehead?
I didn't say I'm not a little faggy for doing that. I understand, but
so that
was the exact situation.
Yeah, we were in that situation, and it's a green light. It was time for us to go, and the pedestrian traffic is still in front of us. So I decide if I start moving the car forward, it would make people walk a little faster and maybe scatter them a little bit.
And this guy was just sauntering. He wasn't even. If you make an effort, I'll even give that to you. Like, make an effort, realize that I got the green light, you got the don't walk, you're in front of my vehicle. Give a little jog to get out of my way.
Right.
This guy wasn't doing that. He's sauntering, just kind of,
Well, everyone else scattered. Because I made an aggressive move that I was starting to move forward. And this one guy, he didn't budge, and he was sauntering. So I figured it was a good idea to bump him.
And when he says bump him, realize this isn't the car in front of him. It wasn't another bumper that he's bumping. It was a human being's leg with his car bumper. He tapped the guy. And he got pissed.
He got so pissed, he walked around to where Aunt was sitting in the passenger seat, and with one punch took out my side view mirror.
Yeah.
And
he just wailed on the side of your mirror, and it just went limp, hanging by the cable that adjusts it.
You know, the side view mirrors, nowadays, that's pretty tough to take out.
Yeah.
Like he did. He broke the plastic at the base.
Yep.
The big, thick plastic that held all the cables.
Mm-hmm.
With one punch. What did I do? Did I jump out of the car and confront this individual? Because at the time, the car was new, too, by the way.
Yeah.
It was a nice new car.
Let me tell you one thing. I rolled up a fist, and with all of my might, I slammed down the lock on the door next to me because I did not want him opening up my door.
And I looked at each other like,
what a puss. I couldn't. I just locked the door. Drive, Opie, drive.
Oh, man. I would love to say that was cool, but, man. We couldn't get out of that situation fast enough with my side view just dangling.
And then we yelled at some old ladies to make us feel better later on in the drive. Yeah, you tell her. We showed her.
Dude, I was driving years ago. I was driving with a girlfriend, and this is the worst. I screamed at somebody. I was, many years ago, and I did something. But then me and the guy are pulling up into the light, and I hit my lock for the door. Oh. But it was power lock, so it all went.
You just hear them all smack
and
down.
my girlfriend goes, "Oh, my little tough guy."
Oh, there's nothing worse than looking like a pussy.
Funk. Did he laugh?
Funk. Oh, they all just smack down.
I had to make it look like it was an accident, and I was going for the window.
Yeah. Oops.
Like, oops. Thank God.
Yeah.
Safe.
And I don't miss driving on the sidewalks anymore with you, all that stuff.
I've
going backwards down a one-way.
I had to do that. We were going to the strip club. That was top priority. It happens. You make a wrong turn. It's a one-way street. You want to keep your vehicle facing in the direction of the arrow to the one-way, so you have to drive backwards. And you don't want to be on there all day, so you got to do it fast. You got to make your move fast.
And then when a car does happen to come, you want to go on the sidewalk backwards down a one-way. That was
Black Earl was
brilliant.
Petrified. He drove with me once to the strip club, and he was petrified. Well, he was hanging on to every handle and the dashboard and everything.
He was
freaking out.
All right, anyway.
Good times.
This just hit the news.
All right, could it be that Paris's former BFF is pregnant? Published reports say Nicole Richie was recently spotted with an unusual bump in her belly. The source tells Life and Style that she took...
Probably a Cheerio.
Man. We all had it.
You had Cheerio. What were you going to say? Because I had garbanzo beans.
Oh, okay. I was going to say some kind of mint or something.
A mint, good.
An Altoid. I was going to go down that road.
Yeah. We all had a tiny piece of food.
I was still formulating my tiny piece of food. And stupid quick Aunt got.
I knew you guys are going to jump on it.
Source tells Life and Style that she took a pregnancy test confirming that she is expecting. The paparazzi also reportedly snapped a picture of her outside a reproductive clinic. So far, no comment.
Ooh, well, we got her on the show today. Maybe she'll...
Hey, break that news on the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah, it's not like... Oh, never mind.
Come on. No, I got questions for her. That's all I got to say.
Yeah?
I got questions.
I'm just amazed that...
the questions people want answers for.
I'm just amazed that she agreed to come on our show. I'm like, what? She actually said yes? Because Roland, he gets us in the office every day, and he runs down a list of people for our show. Like he's offered George Clooney and Brad Pitt.
Ocean's 13's coming out.
He's offered all those people, and we say yes. And
of course.
And of course, they say, no way will we go on that show.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, she said, yeah, all right, cool. I'll call those guys today.
Who knows? Maybe she's a fan. I'm sure she knows Jim Norton. Everyone does.
Yeah, I know. I actually do know her.
Do you?
Look at his eyes.
No.
Will you stop it?
You know I'm lying because I had to put my tongue out and bite on it.
Yeah, you really did.
That was so not convincing. No, I actually do. Good acting.
All right, hey.
Season 1 got canceled.
Hey, we broke the story yesterday. What do we know on the Pope dude?
Pope dude.
It's on the front page of the Post today here in New York.
Yeah, the guy
head of the Catholic Church
jumped.
Come to Papa, lunatic hurls self at Pope. We broke the story yesterday.
To Papa.
We saw the video on TV and passed it along to everybody. Everyone has seen the video by now. He jumped out of the crowd in Vatican City and
actually grabbed onto the back of the Pope mobile and was, for lack of any other word, he was skitching. He was skitching on the Pope mobile for a little while as security just hung on him.
Yeah, well, he's got short shorts on, first of all.
Yeah, wow.
I guess he's German and he's just a lunatic. What's the deal? Anyone have
He just wanted some attention. I mean, he was not trying to hurt the Pope, and that was it. I mean, it really is a non-story. He's just a nut who wanted some attention. And when you look at his face,
attention for what?
Himself. I mean, like, there was no real...
So this is exactly what we talk about on the show, where you're sitting at an event and you get that feeling like...
that you want to do something.
I want to do something. I don't want to kill the person, but I feel like I just need to run on the field and tackle Joe Torre.
You don't even get the feeling that you want to do it. It's like this feeling that you can do it.
Right.
You're like, I have the potential right now, if it wasn't for a sane mind, to run out on the field and just tackle somebody.
Right.
But you don't do it.
Just to be a goof.
And it gives you an uncomfortable feeling that because of free will, you're actually able to do this, but you never would actually do it.
You ever think these crazy thoughts when you're at an event?
Always.
Like we're talking, and then you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm thinking this. And then you look around like they have to be reading my mind.
Yeah.
All right, stay calm. Stay calm. Just take a sip of your beer. Everything will be all right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
There have been family members of girlfriends that I've been sitting at dinner with and things like that, and I've thought, I bet with one punch I could break her jaw. And actually thought like I could lunge over the table and hit her and just shatter her jaw. And I'm looking at her jaw as she's chewing her food and go, I could smash it. But then you don't do it because you're sane, And that might put a strain on the relationship.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But, it's one of those things where you don't do it. But crazy guys like this, who the Vatican described as clearly deranged, he did it. He's like, hey, I could jump right over this and grab onto the Pope mobile. Whoop, 2 seconds later, there he is doing it.
So he probably didn't break any laws, right?
Yes, he probably did.
What?
I don't know, endangering the Pope.
I don't know. The Pope didn't even know what was going on.
No, the Pope is just waving. He was oblivious.
Just waving and going about his business as all hell is breaking loose behind the Pope mobile.
That's true. Why didn't the news responsibly turn the cameras away, like when a guy runs on the field of a baseball game or something?
Well, yeah.
That would discourage other people that want to tackle the Pope's car.
And Anthony came up with a really good observation as we're looking at the pictures of what happened at Vatican City.
Jimmy's got a cute butt.
Yeah?
There's one observation.
Yeah, but that was more by touch.
The Swiss Guard.
Yeah.
Oh
God, come on.
I mean,
what the hell are they doing over there?
Just Google Swiss Guard and you'll know exactly what we're talking about. But their uniforms are... You don't want to be tackled by the Swiss Guard.
No.
You really don't.
You don't even want to play Candyland with that guy. What a sissy.
There's a picture of the guy getting tackled.
Look, we just had Fleet Week, and we had a whole discussion about how the Navy uniforms are...
not as cool as
Marines,
Army, Air Force, yeah.
But I think the Swiss Guard takes the cake.
Navy uniforms look cool if you're either A, selling ice cream, or B, a homosexual.
I was trying to be polite, but yes, Jimmy.
Right.
That's what we're getting at. But the Swiss Guard just takes the cake.
The Swiss Guard looks like a court jester.
Right.
It's like this striped orange and blue and yellow stripes with the big puffy arms
and puffy
puffy oldie time legs.
Yeah.
It looks like me at the Halloween party dressed in Renaissance gear.
Yeah, and some kind of weird beret-looking hat.
And a sword. He's actually undercover.
Yeah, he's got a sword.
And he was the one that helped tackle this guy, and it's just like, wow, that's got to be humiliating. So
be tackled by a man who's yodeling.
Yeah, he yelled, "Hark, who goes there?" And the other guys have guns.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you need the guy with the sword when you got 3 guys piled on top of this guy, all with guns? The Swiss Guard. What are they guarding? What is there over there?
The great part,
nothing.
Is as this has happened, there's a photo in the Post of it. As they're tackling him, the Pope doesn't see it, the driver doesn't see it, but the guy in the passenger seat who's right in front of the Pope has his right hand in his jacket, and he's turning around behind him.
Oh, really?
Look at the photo. He's reaching for a pistol.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
He's reaching for a pistol.
Who is?
The guy right here. If you can see,
okay.
You can see he's reaching inside. This is all happening in a millisecond. He hears something behind him, and he's reaching for a pistol and looking behind him. It's a really cool photo. That one guy was on the ball, at least.
Yeah, let's say hi to Kerry from Long Island.
But he turned around and yelled at the Pope. He went, "Duck, stupid! I can't see that guy."
Kerry, what's up?
What's going on?
Hey.
Hey. I was just calling to say about 2 things about the tickets, but also I was so obsessed with getting attention one time at a Met game. I jumped on Cowbell Man.
Who?
You know Cowbell Man?
Wow.
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
He's a man, and he has his cowbell.
Oh, that guy. Why didn't you say so, miss?
And he kind of rings and stuff to get everyone, psyched.
What'd you do? Tell us.
To get everyone excited about the game. And I just had that feeling where I could not sit down and just watch it anymore. I just had to get attention for myself.
So you jumped on top of Cowbell Man?
Did, and I made out with Cowbell Man. And I was with my boyfriend and all of his family, and I was, you're tailgating for hours in the parking lot. You don't even know what's going on.
You're crazy. You were drunk.
Oh, yeah.
So what happened with your relationship?
Faltered, basically, but...
You ever see that picture on the web of the girl on the beach doing the cartwheel? And it says, "Attention whore." That's you. I love that one. I'm an attention whore.
Hey, we all get those urges, but most of us, just about every one of us, we don't act on it.
The worst is in church or at a funeral. Mm-hmm. It's like these awful things that you're like, oh God, how effed up would it be to just kick the coffin in the hole and just let it fall in there? You just think these awful thoughts. You just never do them.
What is Bill Burr's when he sees muffins at bake sales? He wants to just punch all the muffins.
He wants to punch the muffins and just flatten them all.
Yeah, he did a whole thing about that on our show. He gets the urge. He just wants to punch all the muffins as he's walking at a street fair or something. All right, Kerry, so you jumped on Cowbell Man. Terrific.
Yeah, I jumped on Cowbell Man.
All right. Anything else?
Not my proudest moment. And I was going to say about the traffic you talked about before, I commute back and forth from Long Island to Jersey for school. And have you ever been in such a traffic jam, by the time you get up to see who it is, it's like this horrible accident, and all you can say is to yourself, how rude could you possibly be? You're looking at people that are being carried off in stretchers, and you're just, cursing them out in your head. You could not think anything.
I've said it before, yeah. I've said, someone better be dead. Someone had better be dead. There better be copters in the middle of this street because I'm being inconvenienced.
How about this one? You're in a massive traffic jam. You finally get to the problem, and it's a car that is broken down, and you're sitting there you have no business driving this car around. Of course it was going to break down and F up our afternoon.
I also don't understand how people their car dies in the middle lane. I can understand if you're in traffic and it overheats or something, but there are times where in front of the traffic jam, traffic's moving perfectly. So there wasn't a traffic jam before this guy stalled. And meanwhile, his car stalled, and was he sitting there as he was drifting to a stop going, what do I do? Just stay here in the middle lane and hope for the best? How about getting off the road? They can never get off the road. And then the fender bender is another one. People people think that if you bump into another car and get into a fender bender, that CSI is going to come to the scene with tweezers and fingerprint kits. And don't touch the cars. Leave them as they are. We're going to measure skid marks. We're going to take photographs. They're not. Get your goddamn cars off the road. They think you got to leave them there because it's like leaving the scene of an accident or moving evidence. It's not. If both your cars can move them. That's my public service message for the day.
But no one's going to listen to
No, because they're stupid.
All right, Kerry, anything else?
No, I would love to go to the traveling virus on Long Island. I heard you guys were giving away tickets.
Oh! Yeah, why don't you go buy them?
I'm going to...
Oh, that wasn't very pleasant. But we could have probably given her a ticket or two.
Yeah. Just buy them. Yeah. Actually, a nice thank you to the New York fans. We're doing something special for the O&A Traveling Virus Comedy Tour tomorrow.
Oh.
A little ticket special tomorrow.
Nice.
All right. It's just a little thank you for the June 16th show at Jones Beach. Brought to you by Bud Light, always worth it. We'll have that announcement tomorrow, okay? Really fast, we'll go to Dan on Long Island. Dan, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm glad to hear there's a couple other sickos out there. I always thought I was really twisted because even as a little kid, I just wanted to scream any sort of profanity right during the sermon or something. You know, tell the priest to shut the hell up. or even at a funeral, you know, like this guy was an a-hole, you know?
Yeah, I love this radio show because I've had these thoughts and I thought I was crazy. And then you realize just about everyone has these just crazy thoughts that jump in your head, but you don't act on it.
At family functions, I'm not even going to say like who or what, but I was at a family event, and all I wanted to do was yell at one of my relatives the C word. like, and it would have been so inappropriately awful and horrible, and I had no problem with the person. Not a problem at all. But it was just like, I was thinking, imagine the commotion it would cause if I just walked up and started screaming, you see?
Who? Yeah, who was it?
Oh, I can't say.
Come on.
Oh, no, it's awful.
Are they?
It's terrible. No, not at all. That's why. If they were, it would be, I probably would have yelled it out. I don't care. But it was, but she's not. It's just one of those things where it was, you know, one of those inappropriate.
She is a little bit, right?
Just no, not at all.
Yeah, a little bit.
No.
Yeah.
Come on, she's in the home. Stop. Talked about her yesterday.
Did I say yesterday again for the announcement? Or Steven,
No.
Stephen S. from Bayshore just beating me up today?
Of course, Stephen. Of course, Steve from Bayshore.
We'll have a little announcement, a little thank you to the fans tomorrow. The New York fans, anyway. And maybe we'll try to do some other things for the fans across America.
Patrice and I were talking one time in the car. We used to talk a lot in the car in Jersey City, like two fruity lovers. I would drop him off, and he came up with a great bit for it, which is really annoyed me that he came up with such a brilliant bit. It was for intrusive thinking, where he talked about wanting to spike a baby.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's these crazy thoughts that just hit you. And that's the difference, I think, between us and people with Tourette's, is that they say things, and us and that guy is that he does them. That's all it is. Everyone has them.
But because you do. You have these awful thoughts of what would people around think if I just did this awful, horrible thing?
People with Tourette's will say racist stuff in front of black people, and it's almost like it's not because you want to be a racist. It's just because your mind says like the most awful thing that just comes out of your mouth.
It can't control.
That's the difference between us and them, because everyone gets these sickening impulses, but they just all of a sudden they're going, I got to say nickels, or lose my teeth.
All right, the phones are lit. We'll go to you guys next. It's Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony. 92.
What did I miss?
Damn.
Was it a doozy?
Well, because of something that's being worked on.
Yeah.
We were saying. I was just saying to.
No, we're going to talk about that right now.
Oh, okay. I was just saying to Jimmy.
We're back with the Opie and Anthony show, by the way.
Right. That a father-son, like, sex thing.
Yeah.
Is pretty creepy. And then Jimmy said, especially if there's no one else involved, because I was talking about, kind of a threesome there with a father, son, and then a woman.
I don't know if it's a threesome though. They get their own.
Yeah. No, I was saying like with a threesome though, it would be kind of really creepy. And Jimmy brought up the fact that perhaps the woman isn't even involved. And that really got creepy.
Look, here's the deal. We all know Father's Day right around the corner.
Yes.
We want to get your father a whore for Father's Day.
Yeah.
Why What happened?
Whore for Father's Day.
It's called self-editing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. You're getting good at that, Jimmy.
Yeah, because I was going to say. I'd love to help you, Dad, but you did a good job on your own. I can't say that because that would imply.
Right.
No, I think we're educated enough with this radio show. We know there's a lot of fathers out there that are just completely miserable.
Miserable? You're miserable. They're not getting what they need.
Going through an ugly divorce, or maybe you've been married 20, 25 years and you haven't had sex in a decade.
Mm-hmm.
We want sons to call up, maybe even daughters to call up.
Ugh.
We're looking for like a father that desperately needs a hooker. Uh-oh, what is Tom doing? Oh, he's yelling at Steve.
Oh, no, this isn't going to be good. Poor Steve. What have you done to me? I'm in trouble.
No. What they're trying to do is...
See what they're saying here.
Right now, Steve's hands are upside down, and he's got his 83 rings on. And he's trying to explain, like, man to man.
No. You see...
Yes. Oh, okay, no, okay. Here's how it's going right now. Berate. Oh, okay.
And then I'll come in. Guys, we'll talk about this after the show, but there's trouble. Trouble in paradise.
Or maybe Tom is showing Steve an empty honey jar and scolding him.
Was it our wording, maybe?
Probably.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Bingo.
What, was the wording?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the wording?
Nothing.
We're all adults here.
Let's just, we didn't say anything.
Well, there was a problem with the wording.
The problem with the wording, exactly.
Yes.
We're giving away a date. A trip to the... Did you already say where it's going? I didn't hear.
No, we haven't gotten to that point.
Okay. Well, we're
that
giving
point.
away a date, and you can say where this date will take place, but you can't use the words that Opie used, okay?
Because that was just... He was just kidding anyway. I mean, the real point is that...
Wow, lawyers just know how to take all the fun out of everything.
It's just like a big balloon going around the room going...
Oh, they just stink.
And then plops on the floor.
All right. Wink, wink. We'll play
no winking.
What?
No winking.
I like to wink.
Here's what is going on. We want to take a father.
Yeah.
And get him a date. Perhaps he is lonely. Perhaps he is widowed, divorced, or is not in a good relationship or a good place in his marriage.
Yeah.
And the children know this best, don't they? They're around it. They see it. They understand the pain and suffering that dad is feeling. Father's Day's coming up. What are you going to do? A tie? Stop it. Get him a date with a lovely lady. A lovely lady. That's what we're talking about, Opie. And where are these ladies come from? Steve?
Hopefully Newark.
Broken homes?
Well, who's supplying the lady for the date?
Oh, the wonderful Moonlight Bunny Ranch and Mr. Dennis Hoff.
Exactly. Wonderful.
Yes, exactly.
So it's dating.
Yes, exactly.
We're hooking up a
dating
father.
is legal.
Right. We want to hook up a father and a woman from the Bunny Ranch to go out on a date. And perhaps some stimulating conversation over some cocktails that the husband hasn't had in years because he's, like I said, widowed or divorced or something. Perhaps if they hit it off, who knows? Maybe marriage in the future.
Yeah.
And
right.
now I'm going from conversation at a table on the first date to marriage, right? But it could be the gamut of anything in between.
So we're looking for miserable fathers out there?
Yeah.
This is the ultimate Father's Day gift.
Yeah.
Screw the ties.
Hey, if
this
they
is what
want
Dad really wants.
Let them. But, who are we to say?
A date. Oh, my.
We all know the date means we know.
Means what? Yeah.
And if the two of them are out to dinner and decide after dinner they want to until all over, it doesn't matter. But it's a date.
It's a date. Dennis Hoff is supplying the date or dates because we're thinking of maybe doing a father-son thing.
Yeah.
Like if, the son calls up, or maybe, the daughter would be weird, but it's a possibility.
It would be a little
you
weird.
Never know.
I don't know. Maybe Dick Cheney will get a date.
Well, for Father's Day, we
she can enjoy the Bunny Ranch.
Yeah, for Father's Day, we definitely want to get the father a date. And possibly, and possibly the son, a date.
A date.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, did you... Your date? Yes, son. My date, right? And then I hit her with the... and took a... and put it... What'd you do, son? Well, Dad, I... right in the... over her, and then I... but she took my... and then we... all night long.
Sounds like a lovely date.
It's a date.
Yeah. So, that's what we're doing for Father's Day.
Yeah.
Because our fathers are dead.
Yeah. We're from the Dead Fathers Club.
Yeah.
We ought to make a club. Hey, who else has a dead dad? Come on, everyone. Who else's dad is dead?
Come on.
Anyone?
Oh.
No?
No?
What?
Are we the only one? Any dead dads?
No? Aunt and I are the only ones, huh?
Travis, is your dad dead?
No.
Oh God! No. He's gonna take it tough. Oh boy!
Any fathers on the waiting list?
Let me just. Anyone with a foot in the grave and one on a skateboard? Let me just put it this way for this upcoming Father's Day. You're all gonna have to deal with it someday. Enjoy.
Oh. Look at Travis.
Enjoy.
Not me, because there's no kryptonite around.
Unless you're lucky and, you go first.
See, we got to acknowledge Father's Day is a sad day for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until I took my little trip on Father's Day and saw, the traffic jam getting into the old cemetery.
The old cemetery. That's what you do on Father's Day. Roll into the old cemetery to look at a cold stone.
That's just like getting your dad a fine date.
Yeah.
See, this is what we do. This is what we do now.
That's horrible. I to commemorate Father's Day, every year, I can't even remember when, I take a plate of spaghetti and heave it against the wall in memory of my daddy. And then I yell at my mother and call her the C word.
Casper from Chicago, Dead Fathers Club card holder number 3.
All right.
Checking in.
Dead Dad's Club.
Oh, man, my dad was the greatest, too.
They all are when they're alive.
It sucks. I got to acknowledge that. It just sucks.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're doing the right thing for Father's Day.
Yeah, see, we're stepping up.
We're looking for miserable fathers, and at least one will be going out to the Bunny Ranch out there in Nevada for their date. And possibly the son will go along and have a separate date as well.
They can't have a date with the same girl?
Hell, if they want to have the same date with the same girl.
Wouldn't that be cute?
Whatever, man.
Hey, Dad, move your...
This is just like throwing the baseball around in the backyard, huh? Huh, son?
You realize? You don't realize for a half hour the girl went to the bathroom?
It is kind of like
wait a minute.
What?
I just got greedy.
Oh, did you?
It is kind of like throwing the ball around in the yard because, if you move your mitts, you're going to hit in the face.
Come on now, son. He's giving you pointers like, when you're out back.
All right.
Throwing around the football.
We're not sure if we're going for miserable stories or maybe some kind of in-studio competition, but we're going to try to give this away a week from tomorrow, right?
Yep.
The Opie and Anthony Show, looking for fathers and sons to possibly compete for their chance to win a trip to the Moonlight Bunny Ranch. I guess you are competing, technically.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk to Dennis Hoff on Monday about the competition, and this will be given away by next Friday.
What a great Father's Day gift.
Could you email?
We're so goddamn giving.
Other radio stations doing just hacky stuff. We figured we'd just, hit it out of the ballpark.
Right.
Email Travis at foundrymusic.com. FOUNDRY music.com.
Mm-hmm.
Foundrymusic.com. Travis at foundrymusic.com. Let's say hi to Will in the Bronx. Will, what's up?
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey.
My father's divorced 3 times. He has 5 kids. He's a single father. He has to make breakfast for all his kids in the morning, send them to school, get to work, make money, come back, pay the mortgage. He's miserable, yo. He really needs some.
There you go. He's utilizing his phone buttons.
They're all using their
Wow. Dude, when was the last time he went out on a date?
Wow. Well, my stepmother, my ex-stepmother anyway, was like 10 years younger than me. So he really, he got a good one.
10 years younger than you?
How old are you?
I mean, 10 years older than me. 10 years
older.
older.
I was going to say.
I'm 24. She's 34.
Oh, wow.
14. That would have been something.
Boy, we got another present for Dad.
Jazz.
Yeah, he might not like that one.
Years ago. I mean, when I was 16, he was teaching his girl how to drive,
Yeah.
Nah, but he's miserable, man. He needs it, yo.
Wow, that does sound pretty sorry.
All right, well, how are we going to do this? Are we going to have people email Travis with their stories?
We should take his info. We got him on the phone.
We should take his info.
Yeah,
he seems like a good candidate.
We'll take your info. And your dad would go for this in a second?
Oh, yeah. And I need it, too. Shit, I'm like 250 pounds. I need it.
Oh, you need it, too, huh?
All right, well, we could do a father-son combo with you, too. Possibly, yes.
Where's,
we got a week to figure this out. So, I mean, this is the first phone call, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
All right, cool.
Don't hang up, dude, because Travis is going to take your info, okay?
Yeah, hold on.
Hold on, Will. Cool. I mean, we want to get really twisted and maybe get a father that's, still involved.
That's just as miserable, but maybe there's someone still in the picture.
You never know, though. Maybe the other person just doesn't give a crap and will allow this.
Won't even care.
Whatever. Or maybe we do it on the old QT.
Yeah, keep it on the DL.
Right. Let's go to Bear in New York. Bear, what's up?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey.
What's up?
Hi.
I'm the perfect candidate, fellas.
Yeah.
I'm a paramedic with New York with the New York City Fire Department.
Okay. Oh. Well, you could at least cop a feel anytime you want. Teasing, of course, sir.
I got 4 kids, 4 daughters. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm with the same woman, almost 22 years. I got 4 daughters. The oldest is 17. I got my twins that are 12. When my twins were conceived, that's the last time I had sex with my wife.
And how long?
12?
12 years it's been.
You haven't had...
Wait, you're still married and you haven't had sex in 12 years?
That's right. And believe me, I want to bail, but I won't bail on my kids. You know what I'm saying?
See, a lot of guys stay in it for the kids.
So how are you going to work this out?
That's why I'm calling you.
No, I understand that part about. I mean, you're a prime candidate.
Yep.
But what are you going to tell your wife?
What would you say? Like you going on a business?
I don't think my wife would care. My wife.
See, this is what I'm looking for. I really think there's a guy out there where the wife will go, "Yeah, I don't care. Go have fun."
I honestly, and you know what? I would go out and spend the $200 an hour for the hooker, but then I'm taking money out from my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, it's for a date.
It's a date, sir.
Hey, can we?
It's just a date.
Hey, can we call your wife to see if she's into this or what? Can we call your wife to see if she's into this?
Sure.
Are you serious?
I'm dead sure she wouldn't care. Believe me.
All right.
Wow.
We'll get you and your wife on the line. I want to talk to both of you.
Oh shit! I'm sorry about sorry.
Yeah, don't curse. Don't curse.
I know. Sorry. No.
Yeah, he cursed. So basically, I said we want to get this guy and his wife on the phone and talk to them after the break. Hold on, Bear.
All right.
If she doesn't care, I think we might have a winner already.
Yeah, Jesus.
That's pretty twisted.
That poor guy.
Let's go to Kerry on Long Island. Kerry, what's up?
What's going on?
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah, who are you?
I called back to be verbally abused.
Oh, you're Kerry from Long Island.
Yeah, that's why I'm calling back.
And you wanted the tickets to the virus show at Jones Beach.
Yeah, I would. I'm basically your biggest fan. I know that's so cliche, but it's
all right. Listen, Kerry. If you're our biggest fan, what is your favorite Opie and Anthony bit? I guess we'll start there.
My favorite.
Tune in tomorrow for the announcement of a ticket special for the Jones Beach show. Brought to you by Bud Light. Always worth it. A little thank you to the New York fans.
If she was the biggest fan, she'd have known that was coming.
Yeah.
What's your favorite bit? When you hang up.
Yeah. Let's go to Scott in Boston. Scott.
Hey, where'd Scott go?
He just wanted to say that he's part of the Dead Dad Club.
Welcome.
I was thinking about the Dead Dad Club yesterday because, all the window window displays has all the stuff you could buy for your daddy.
Yeah.
And it made me sad.
Oh.
It made me really sad.
It's still too new for you.
This is Greg Hughes, the actor that plays Opie on the Anthony Show. And I was very sad yesterday.
Yeah.
They showed polo shirts and golf clubs and all sorts of things for Dad. Jeez. And I'm like, it's a tough time for people out there.
Yeah.
Not everyone is happy that Father's Day is around the corner.
I felt that way. I was driving past the liquor store. And I was like, oh, Daddy, I miss you.
Wow. Let's go to Rob on Long Island. Rob.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey. I saw a gay guy walking down the street, and I missed my father because I remember how he used to think I was going to turn out gay because I cried so much, and he berated me for it. So I was like, oh, I miss you, Daddy.
Did you try to give him a cute little present for Father's Day and he yelled at you because it was too cute?
No, I don't remember getting him anything for Father's Day. Really? I remember us going out and shopping for Mother's Day all the time and getting Mommy some Chanel No. 5 perfume or something. Oh. But for Dad, I don't...
I'm sure she hasn't worn that in about 25 years, huh?
Yeah, definitely not. But I think for Father's Day, though, it was usually Mom just saying, that sucker can get his own clothes. So it was really.
By the way, this whole getting Dad a date for Father's Day, you know, Anthony, his father back in the day used to get him dates.
Yes, a date. He got me a date. I believe it was on my 13th birthday.
13th birthday, Aunt's father got him a date. So this
got me a date.
So this is kind of a nice little twist.
It was
on
wonderful.
That whole thing, right?
My date was waiting upstairs in one of the bedrooms of our apartment when I got out of the shower. That's where our date started. I didn't even have time to pin the corsage on her.
Well, you pin something else on her. That's me doing an elbow to the mic. It's my new bit. When I got a doozy, I'll just go,
Her name was Buzz.
Yeah.
Her name was Buzz.
She might as well have been a guy.
No, no. She was a big-boned gal. She wasn't fat, but she was just, like, big. She was like an Amazon woman.
Yeah.
But just a giant set of, like the commercial. Very big. And I remember walking into the room looking, and she was just sitting there with the pillows propped up behind her, and the sheet was around her waist, so her top part was completely nude. And I just walked in and went, hamna, 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 hamna. It's my first, view.
Hey, by the way, Matt from Cape Cod, we don't want to lose him. We're just blowing up in Cape Cod, aren't we, Matt?
Yeah.
My God.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, Matt?
Not too much. So I called my girlfriend when I heard you guys wanted to give away that prize.
Yeah.
From my wife. And I mentioned it to her, and she said the only way she'd allow me to win it is if she was allowed to tag along with me.
Whoa. A husband and wife.
Wait, she wants to tag along?
On your date?
On your date to the Bunny Ranch?
Oh, she wants to join in.
Oh, wow. See, we're getting some good stories already. All right, hold on the line there, Matt. We got to take a break. We'll take more stories from the sons and the fathers, but basically we're getting Dad a date for Father's Day at the Bunny Ranch out there in Nevada. All right? More of your stories, and also Chuck Liddell on the way, and Nicole Richie, and Brian Regan. Very, very busy morning here on the Opie and Anthony Show.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show. 92.3 K-Rock.
We got a busy morning today. Phones are lit. We got Chuck Liddell coming in. Brian Regan in a few minutes. Phone call from Nicole Richie. If you want to talk to us, 877-212-5762. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Fast Freddy from Jamaica Station. Swingers should be disqualified. He's writing that on the instant feedback, and I completely agree.
Right, disqualified.
We're talking about our Father's Day giveaway. Right?
Yep.
You want to explain that once again, Anthony? Because you know how to follow the Tom rules. I have a tough time following the Tom rule.
A Father's Day right around the corner, and we want to do something special for a dad out there that maybe is widowed or perhaps divorced or perhaps still married and just is in kind of a lousy, long, a tiring relationship.
Well, we just talked to Bear. We're trying to get him on the phone to talk to his wife, but basically he's still married and he hasn't had sex since, or he hasn't had a date.
Hasn't had relations with his wife.
Since the twins were born 12 years ago?
12 years ago.
Still married. And he thinks she could care less that he goes to the Bunny Ranch in Nevada.
Yeah.
For a date.
Well, yeah, because he would need maybe the company of another woman to sit and maybe talk about some of his problems that he's having with his wife. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? You get the, the ear of a woman to talk to. That's lovely, a date. So we're looking to find a guy, preferably through his son. Let's say the son calls up and goes, yeah, my father, this poor son of a bitch, is just a mess. And then we'll send them out to the Bunny Ranch.
Yeah.
Where they can go out on a date. And now if you know anything about the Bunny Ranch, or if you've seen the TV show on HBO, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
Cat House?
Yeah. Cat House.
Yeah.
The girls there, lovely.
We've had a few girls on the show. They're lovely at dating.
Actually, two of them were on a date with Big A in our studios.
Wow, yeah.
And wow, what a date. That was good.
I never knew you could do so much with a toothbrush.
It was amazing.
Yeah. Well, because Big A has bad breath. Wink, wink.
They must have went to a date at the slaughterhouse because that's what the girl's hands smelled like when she was done.
Well, that was the girl that ended up... We just talked about this recently. She ran into the bathroom crying.
Crying. Yes.
Do you understand what she does for a living?
She goes out on dates with guys.
And we got her to cry?
Yeah. She was crying, and her biggest complaint was that she couldn't get a certain aroma off her hands, no matter how much she washed them.
From poor Big A.
Yeah.
Her hand was a weird color, too. Let's not forget.
Yeah. But that was good. That was a fun date for Big A. And now we're looking to get a date for one of these poor dads.
And possibly, we're open to the possibility that we send the son as well. Or the daughter. Maybe we get a daughter. Who knows? But so far, the stories have been really, really good. Let's say hi to Steve in Massachusetts, listening on WBCM. What's up, Steve?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, did the show just start on WBCN?
The delay is a little long.
We're hearing rumors that as the show goes on, the delay gets longer in Boston. And
He's actually hearing us leave yesterday's show right now.
And that scares the crap out of me because that makes me think, what are they doing? What are they throwing in the middle of the show where the delay has to get longer? Because we already, whatever. We have too much clutter as it is with this radio show. We don't need longer delays. That scares me. But anyway,
we call it material, Opie, not clutter.
No.
See, that was self-deprecating. Excuse me.
All right. Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, I want to get my dad into this contest you guys are having.
Yeah, what's his story?
He, my mother left him when I was like 12 years old, you know? And he ended up having to move back in with his mother.
Ooh.
And he's been there ever since.
He still lives with
his... Been there ever since, and he hasn't been with a woman since my mother left him.
And how long ago was that?
My father hasn't had sex in over 20 years.
20 years?
No lie.
Well, he's doing something. I mean,
and how do you know?
Yeah.
How do I know? Believe me, I know my dad.
Yeah,
and he's been living with his mom since. He takes care of his mother every day.
Maybe.
He's got me and my brother and my sister. He spent all his time with us. Never ever got involved with another woman.
And what does he do for a living?
He's a mechanic.
Would he be up for a date in Nevada?
I'm sure he'd be up for a date in Nevada.
At the Bunny Ranch.
Dude, what's like wrong with him that he's still with his mom and isn't out there on the scene trying to get dates?
Oh, well, he spent all his time with his kids, you know, and had to pay so much child support, had to move back in with mom, and now she's so old he can't leave her alone.
Is she infirmed?
I'm infirmed. He's stuck there taking care of dear old mom.
Yep.
And he doesn't have a life of his own.
And
God, he's
have a life of
wasting his
own.
life
Works,
away.
And he goes home and takes care of Mom.
Hey, by the way, Stephen S. from Bayshore. Hey, Ope, can you ask this guy what a contest is?
Oh, my God! It's a contest for a date!
A contest.
Yeah.
Well, all right, we're going to get your info, Steve. And he would go for this, you think, huh? See, we want to talk to a few fathers today. I mean,
he really needs it.
The stories are coming in. We want to get a few of the fathers on the phone.
He sounds like a sad sack.
Yeah, all right, hold on the line. We got some great stories coming in already. Rob on Long Island, what's up?
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
Hey, yeah, I'm 23. My father's 51 out here on Long Island, and he's a pizza delivery guy in Ronkonkoma, and all he does is tell me about, like, any girl that he can get is online, and they're a beast. They're usually, like, 250 pounds or heavier. But yet he likes to brag and tell me these stories. Like, I want to hear, I want to hear the date he had the night before.
I'm sure they all start with, so I'm delivering this pizza.
You know what?
This monster opens the door.
Rob, I hate to tell you, but your dad's doing all right.
Yeah, even if he's a chubby chaser, I mean, he's still dating.
At least he's dating. We're talking about fathers that they're not doing anything. They're dreaming of getting a mess into their bed.
Yeah.
Or a mess on a date.
What's that?
What?
No, I said I don't think he's got anything in about a year right now. But, yeah, I hear you. Believe me, I knew as far as my story goes compared to these other ones, it wasn't going to really compare.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
The
bro.
pizza delivery thing's pretty sad, though. I'll give you that.
Yeah, let's go to Philly.
It's kind of hard to have a girl sleep with you when you show up handing her a box with a little chubby Italian on it, like with one foot raised and like tiptoeing with one.
And he's doing that thing with his fingers on the box. Got his big chef hat on.
Let's go to Philly. It's Bob listening on WYSP. What's up, Bob?
How you doing, fellas?
Hey.
About my parents got divorced about 22 years ago. My mother cheated on my father, left him. He got depressed for about 2 years. Met a woman that was like his soulmate. She was a great person. Here he gets kicked in the balls. She winds up getting a brain tumor, dies of cancer. Dies of cancer about 6 years ago. And at the same time, I catch my wife cheating on me. So I moved in with my father. He's in a deep-ass depression. Don't go out of the house. Don't do nothing. I catch him crying like a baby when I come home.
No.
And here's the kick in the balls. My ex-wife that I caught cheating on me is leaving for Las Vegas at 8:05 on a plane with the guy I caught cheating on me with, who's married. She's like a gumad to the guy.
Wow.
My father hasn't had sex since his soulmate, Judy, her name was, passed away 6.5 years ago. And
Judy?
That's terrific. That's terrific.
That's pretty bad.
I say this guy's a very good candidate.
No, we
Hold on,
just laugh at the name Judy. That's all. Judy's a funny name.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
This guy sounds like a good candidate, man.
You sound like a really good candidate, Bob.
He sits in the house and does nothing for the last 6.5 years.
Both of these guys have had
He's
their...
on disability to top it off.
Is he? Why? What's wrong with him?
He's got 10 screws in his neck and 2 bars. You got to have like all his vertebrae cut.
How did that happen?
You're laughing at my pathetic life.
What happened with the screws? How did he get screws in his neck?
He was pulling down a chain binder on the back of his tractor trailer, and his neck collapsed and crushed all his vertebrae. This is stuff you guys.
Oh my God! People are commenting on Pal Talk. They're calling him Franken-loser.
But anyway, this kick in the balls is it's so ironic that my ex-wife is leaving on a plane with the guy I caught cheating on me with 6 years ago at 8:05 in the morning. They're leaving.
Wouldn't it be ironic if you guys go out to Vegas and you win the date and you walk in and there's your ex-wife and your ex-mom working there at the Bunny Ranch?
She left my father for a cop.
Oh, yeah.
Boy. All right. You know what? You're a great candidate. Hold on, Bob. I would love to give this to somebody listening on WSP, by the way.
That sounds like a great story. They're both in some bad sorts.
All right, let's go to Johnny in the Bronx. This is getting downright depressing. Johnny, what's up?
Hey there, guys.
Hey there, Jenny.
All right.
believe my father should be involved in this contest.
Mm-hmm.
After my mother left him, 2 months later, got hit by a train. Hasn't been right in the head ever since.
So your father, his wife leaves him, and then he got hit by a train?
Yeah.
Or it wasn't like a suicide attempt, was it?
No, actually, no. He was jumped, and it was an attempted murder.
Somebody pushed him?
Yeah, they set him up. Knocked him unconscious and set him up on the train track.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm dead serious.
Then how did he survive that?
It actually hit him in his buttock.
He got hit in the ass by a train?
Yep.
What was it, being pushed by someone? How was he alive?
Really?
Are you sure it just wasn't...
Yeah, maybe that's what he told you.
Yeah, it was just a guy it was just a guy named Lionel.
All right. Too creepy, Johnny. I think we're going to have to pass on you.
Hold on. I think we should... this guy's a candidate.
Yeah, he might be...
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
We'll take your story to the lab and see how it computes.
Might be fun to talk to.
Yeah. All right, hold on. We'll, all right, let's go to Paul in PA. Paul, what's up?
My dad got divorced from my mom 10 years ago. My mom is insane, completely insane, and she's in trouble now, and she wants to come crawling back to my dad, and I am so afraid my dad's going to take her back.
Uh-huh. So you figure if he goes out on a date, that he won't think about her like that and kind of get over it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my mom is insane beyond imagining, and I just want my dad to get over her.
Well, your mom sounds like a real treat.
What do you think your dad would go through with it, mister?
My dad would... I'd have to convince him. I mean, he doesn't want to do this. He wouldn't want to do this, but I have to convince him. But I'm very afraid my mom's gonna come back, and
I hate this guy.
First of all, he sounds like he's making it up.
Yeah, I don't.
A little. Yeah,
I'm out.
It sounds like he's acting.
I just tapped out. I'm out on that.
Yeah.
One. Let's go to Mike in New Hampshire. Mike, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey.
I think I'm a pretty good candidate. I'm a Hurricane Katrina victim.
Yeah.
The damage to my house was assessed at $60,000. The insurance company cut me a check for $30,000.
Oh, how nice!
Right after I got most of it fixed, it caught on fire.
Sorry. Jeez, man.
Sorry, and I found out my wife had been cheating on me for 4 years. So she got the house and the cars, and I got the kids. I moved them up here to New Hampshire. I could use a friggin' break.
So you want to go out on a date?
Yeah, I do.
To the Bunny Ranch in Nevada?
Oh, yeah, I'll go wherever.
I like this Mike guy. Are you still married to her?
Yeah, I can't get divorced until I go back to New Orleans, and I'm really not looking forward to that trip.
Oh, how old are your kids?
11, daughter, 7, daughter, and 4 sons.
Wow. What a bitch. My God.
All right, hold on the line.
Guy's living his whole life like that. The kids.
That would count as charity work, too, for us.
Yeah, that is charity work. It's tax deductible.
Yeah, we'll have a nice write-off.
Katrina relief.
Katrina relief. Get a guy to go to Nevada on a date. Takes care of a lot of things.
That's it. He's building up those levees.
You want a sad one or a funny one?
Nothing.
Sad. That's very funny.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Listen to it on the Oh, yeah.
Let's say hi to Mike in Queens. Mike.
Hey, what's going on, man? Big time listener. I'm 40 years old. My wife died about a year and a half ago. I was married for 18 years. I got married really young.
Oof.
Got a son. That's basically it, man. I'm trying to get back in the game now. It's been about a year and a half, but I really don't have much game going. You know what I mean? I was out of the game for 18 years. I was married.
Yeah, you don't know what to say anymore.
Son,
how old are you?
I'm 40.
Oh, man, you're
40. He's been out of the game, though. He's like, hey, baby, you want to shake a leg?
He's 40, not 109.
40's nothing.
All right, so he's driving around in a 40 Econoline van, blaring out Leonard Skinner, driving past his old high school looking for girls.
He's playing Skid Row songs saying, listen to the words.
Listen to the words, man. He does drive a van.
I drive around in my van all day in Manhattan.
Do you?
I'm an operating engineer. I drive around.
Do you have an airbrushed picture of a big guy holding a sword? Like the Molly Hatchet album cover?
Nah, man.
Do you have bubble windows and Kragers on it?
Nah. I'm from Queens, man. That's Long Island stuff, that corny van crap.
Oh, yeah. Once you pass that Queens line, it got all classy.
That's it. It's hardcore here. You know the deal.
All right, Mike, hold on the line.
All right, man.
We got some great stories coming in. So basically, we're going to get a date for Dad in Nevada at the Bunny Ranch for Father's Day, and possibly a date for the son or the daughter.
Yeah,
that introduces us to their dad.
Mm-hmm.
So far, we got some great stories. Which one do you like the most so far?
Oh God, that one before the train guy.
You like Train Guy?
No, the one before Train Guy. The
brain tumor guy.
Guy with the screws in his neck, and the wife died of the brain tumor.
The soulmate.
The first wife left, and then the son's wife left him.
Yeah,
for a cop.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's pretty good. They're both pretty pathetic.
What about the father living with mom for 20 years?
Father living with mom is wasting his life away.
What about the father that hasn't had sex in 12 years and he's still married and thinks the wife won't care?
The wife won't even care. That's a great relationship to be in. Wife just doesn't even care about you anymore. Oof.
When is the Father's Day? Week from Sunday?
We don't care. It's not even on the calendar. Why bother?
It's just a day for us, Jimmy.
You know what it's called? Sunday. I call it Sunday.
S-O-N.
S-U-N-D-A-Y, because it doesn't.
It's called Distraction Day. You just try to distract yourself all day, and
that's good.
And you can't wait till Monday.
Just drive down those thin, curvy roads of the cemetery. Why not? What a pleasant day.
Trying to figure out which one. Yep. That's
right.
Every year. Oh boy, a lot has changed in a year.
Look at the little map. Which one? Where? I think it's over here. Oh, let me pick the weeds off. Yeah, it's great.
So you should never go on Father's or Mother's Day. You should just go on a weird off day, like the Tuesday before.
Go on an off day. They know. They're looking down and going,
what the hell,
you picked an easy day, didn't you? I wasn't worth the traffic jam.
You say, look.
That's what dear old Dad's thinking.
Do you want me to talk to you with all these cars driving by, or do you want to just do this quiet? Trust me, Dad will understand.
Will he?
Yes.
All right. We got some great stories coming in, though. This is going to be a huge hit for us. We're going to get Dad a date for Father's Day at the Bunny Ranch in Nevada.
A date.
We'll talk to Dennis Hoff on Monday with more of the details. And we'll give the trip away by next Friday, okay?
Right.
I think Brian Regan's here. We'll talk to him next. It's Opie and Anthony.
WXRK FM, New York, 92.3 K-Rock. 92.3 K-Rock. It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Brian Regan on his way into the studio. Chuck Liddell coming up in about, 20 minutes or so. Nicole Richie calling. Got a busy show today. It's Opie and Anthony. And, Jimmy, what do we got? What's that Jones Beach thing again?
Tomorrow, you have to tune in. There's a special announcement about a ticket special for the Jones Beach show only. Right now, there's a deal on mezzanine tickets. You can get 4 for $69. The show is obviously June 16th, which is, I think, a week from...
9 days out.
Yeah, this
Week
Saturday.
from Saturday,
Ooh.
yeah.
It's brought to you by Bud Light. Always worth it. And, tune in tomorrow for this ticket special for Jones Beach only.
It's our comedy show, and you can get all the info at Virus Tour, one word, on MySpace, okay? But tickets are available through Ticketmaster, Ticketmaster.com. Yes. The mezzanine deal is really, really good, by the way. 4 tickets for how much?
4 tickets for $69.
8 or 9 comedians from the show, the O&A Village, the tailgating. It's going to be an all-day thing.
That's actually cheaper than 3 are supposed to be. They're usually $26 a piece. So 4 are supposed to cost you over $100.
Yeah.
A bargain.
All right, we got Bear back on the show. Bear, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
All right, and we got your wife, Louise? Louise, I mean?
Yeah, I'm here.
Wow.
Wait.
Hi, Louise.
Louise?
Yeah.
Bear?
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of sound like the same person. All right, so we got Bear and Louise on the phones here at the same time.
Yep.
Hey, Bear, did he explain what's going on to your wife?
Not really. I didn't go into details. Told not to. So.
Good.
Hey, Louise. Yeah. You know why we called you?
What?
Do you know why we called you?
No, not really. He woke me up out of a dead sleep. I don't know what the hell's going on.
How many kids you guys got?
4.
4?
Yeah.
Twins that are what, 12?
12, 15, 17.
Got your hands full, do you?
I'm sorry?
Got your hands flew.
Hey, can we start over?
Never mind. Hands flew.
Well, go ahead.
Do you guys have a pretty active, Louise? Do you guys have a pretty active, physical, sexual,
Is the relationship still passionate?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Why not? What's the problem?
No interest whatsoever. 4 kids, a big house, I work, I can't be bothered.
Wow. Now, Louise, I got to be honest with you. Are you in love with your husband?
I wouldn't say love, but, we're living like everybody else does. Who can say?
Well, no, it's really... See, Louise, it really isn't like everybody else does.
Well, it's probably more common than you think, though.
Yeah, but it really...
I know it is.
It seems like... you do understand that men do have certain needs, right?
Of course.
Yeah, and you're not giving your man those needs.
You can get needs wherever you can find needs.
But
this is nice.
I'm stunned at this. Now, Bear, does this kind of upset you a little bit that your wife really doesn't care much about what you do or whether you live or die from the sound of it?
I didn't say that.
I think that's pushing it.
Oh, okay.
It's whether I live or die, but I think it seems. I'll be honest with you. It seems like I'm just like a paycheck.
Ah, okay. So you go to work, and she uses the money to take care of the kids and run the house, I guess.
Was there a time when you guys?
Exactly.
Was there a time when you were in love?
Of course.
What was your wedding song?
Oh, jeez, I don't know. You asking me? This is I don't know.
Wedding?
You light up my life, I think. I don't remember.
Go ahead. She wants to talk. I don't get to talk.
Well, oh, Jesus Christ. So it might have been You Light Up My Life?
Yeah, something like that.
And did you have a traditional wedding, or was it a Justice of the Peace or something? Was it a big thing?
Yeah, it was a little shindig. Nothing major.
Nothing major, but did you have people over, and did you get to dance and look into each other's eyes and wonder what...
Get that at least once in their life.
And wonder what the future was going to bring as you gazed in each other's eyes with You Light Up My Life playing in the background. Did you think you'd end up here?
No.
No.
Nobody thinks where they're going to end up. They always think that life's going to be bold cherries.
Yeah.
Yeah, but were you guys... Did you guys have... 4 kids?
House?
Well, I get the 4 kids in the big house. I mean, was there a time you guys were just effing all the time?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh?
Of course.
And then what happened?
I got too busy, too tired.
Too tired, too busy. And it was because of the kids. When you were pregnant with your first child, was it a wonderful thing? Were you still in love, thinking, wow, this is going to be great, we're going to be parents?
Yeah. Good. It's a whole new world. It's like Star Trek, a new adventure.
Star Trek. A new adventure? Oh, my God.
Well, we got our sex expert in studio, Brian Regan.
Well, there is an area on her body where no man has gone in years.
In 12 years. Brian Regan, everybody. We're talking to Bear and Louise.
Yeah. Louise.
Louise.
You keep talking about her like she's going to be at the Puerto Rican Day
I don't
Parade.
know why. I can't.
Her name is Louise.
Louise. Bear and Louise.
Bear and Louise.
And they haven't had relations
in
12 years because of the kids.
Yeah.
The kids, and for some reason, the big house. They can't find each other.
She's like,
she keeps saying this big house.
She's like,
they're
4
going,
kids,
they're
busy,
nude
big
from
house.
door to door. Hello, where are you? I can't find you.
There's a rule in this house. No person or animal is allowed to be sexual in my house.
That's it, huh?
Let me tell you, we have like 10 or 12 cats, 15 cats.
Oh, my God.
You got all that running around, and I'm not getting any. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we understand that analogy, yes. Yeah.
You got all those pussies around, and make your own joke at home. There you go. All right. Well,
yeah.
They're not even allowed to have it.
Now, Bear, be honest with me. Is it too many cats?
Yeah.
How did you let her talk you into that many cats?
Yeah, how do you let your wife turn into crazy cat woman?
In all honesty, what happened was I'm sent. I brought a lot of them home. I find little kittens and I bring them home, and then hopefully we'll find homes, but then we end up keeping them.
Hoping that we'll
quite a few
find them homes.
You have a little sign on a tree out front. What's wrong with you?
Free kittens with the K backwards.
Yeah, that gag never works, man. If you bring a cat home, it's yours for good. You're not going to find a home after you bring it into your own house.
Then everyone's attached to it and everything.
Yeah, somebody gets attached.
Louise, have you or Bear let yourselves go?
Not stupid, man. I still get looked at occasionally.
Looked at occasionally.
Yeah, I get to still the beeps and everything. I still look good in a nice tight shirt.
All right, that means you got
she still looks good.
All right.
Yeah. How old a gal are you, if I may ask?
I'm 44.
44.
How much have you gained since your wedding night?
Oh, nothing. I'm still the same size. I'm 125 pounds.
Wow. With big boobies, obviously, if you look good in a T-shirt.
20 pounds of boobies.
How big are the boobs?
Boobies.
36C.
36
C's.
Wow. All right, and how much has your husband gained since the wedding?
I know. He's a little floppy, but nothing disgusting.
A little slobby.
Wow.
Does he take
romantic? In that middle area between slobby and disgusting.
Does he take care of himself, or does he have like toenails like corn chips? Fit it in for the day.
Very
That's
good,
it.
Anthony. I'll explain later, Brian.
Yeah.
We do stuff to keep ourselves from
It's a
getting
mandatory
bored.
bit.
Unless they actually, you hit the salon and get their pedicures and stuff. But any working man that I know has corn chips for toenails.
All right, listen there.
When someone else says it, it really sounds disgusting. I'm trying to be funny.
It's a sign of virility.
Yeah. You grind those up and put them in your soup.
Corn chips.
Wow, these two are classic. All right, so listen. So, do you have a desire to get some action there?
Who, me?
Yeah, Louise, you just have no desire for any type of...
I have dreams occasionally. I say, I should, but then I get out and reality smacks me in the face, and I ain't got time to...
tell you, your husband Bear should smack you in the face with something else.
Yeah.
You're not attracted to him anymore? You just don't want it?
It's none in it. Hey, listen, after the first 2 years, it's easy. You get no desire, no nothing.
Do you have fantasies about other men, maybe, like movie stars or something?
Of course.
Who's like a guy that you have this sexual fantasy about?
Nobody in particular.
Oh, that means it's a neighbor or a friend or someone that they both know.
It's probably Denzel Washington, Wesley Snipes.
I don't know. I'll see a nice-looking guy in the street. A couple days later, he'll pop in my head when I'm sleeping.
Do you take care of things?
I'm sorry?
You take care of yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh?
not like that, no.
No, she don't like that. So you've been completely asexual for years.
Yes, I have.
Wow.
And it doesn't bother you in the least.
Hey, Bear, what do you...
About me, fellas. I thought this was about Father's Day.
Well, it is. That's why we're working it up. We're trying to see how pathetic you actually are. Yeah. And on the pathetic scale, you're ringing the bell, sir.
Oh, you sure are. Bear, so do you... I guess you take care of things, right?
Oh, definitely.
Are you getting any on the side? Might as well admit it to your wife live on our show.
I've had opportunities, to be honest, but it's... I would feel, I don't know.
You can't feel guilty. Sir, if you have to go into court at any time for a divorce or anything, these tapes from this program will exonerate you.
Yeah, they'll understand.
They will understand. They will listen to Louise's testimony that she has had here on this show and just give you everything. These two I love these two.
All
right, Brian Regan, you got a question for the lovely couple?
They sound lovey-dovey.
Yeah.
They sound like they should be attracted to each other. I don't see what the issue is.
Yeah, they sound like the perfect couple.
Just put the cats in one room, you guys go in another room, and problem solved, right?
We don't
sleep in the same room anymore.
Wait, all right. Okay. Here's another new one. What? All right, you don't...
I got 4 girls, and I'm trying to teach them abstinence, okay?
Oh, my God. She's going to ruin 4 girls.
What is
Oh, my
going
God.
on?
You're ruining 4 girls for us guys out there.
No, I'm not.
Now, look, you sleep...
Waiting for the right guy at the right time.
So you didn't pick the right guy is what you're saying?
No. I was older. I was much older. My kids are just teenagers. I don't want them to think having sex with anybody is okay.
But it's not anybody. It's their father. Like, you guys don't even sleep in the same room anymore.
That sounded odd, Opie.
I don't set the example who they learn from.
No, but what I was saying, Ed, because
example.
She basically said they sleep in separate rooms because they don't want a bad example for the daughters.
Right.
And I'm saying, well, it's their father you're having sex with.
And
or
you're
should be
married.
having sex with.
And you're married. And the thing is, think back, Louise, when you were a teen girl, you were probably a goer, right?
A what?
A goer?
No, actually, no. I was a really good girl. My first boyfriend I had when I was 15. We didn't have sex till we were 18, and I wound up marrying him.
Oh. Oh, no wonder you're a mess.
Is this your first? Have you slept with only one guy in your life?
3 actually, my whole life.
Well, what happened? Wait, what happened? How did that work? If you hooked up
a lost weekend somewhere,
the math isn't working.
Yeah, you hooked up with Bear. You had sex with him, and then you got married. Where did the other 2 guys come in?
It was a second marriage, I bet.
Oh, no, that was between him. That was my first husband, one man, and then him.
Oh, okay. So you had a boyfriend when you were 15. At 18, you had sex with that boyfriend. You broke up with him.
No. That one I wound up marrying.
So that's another husband.
He was married once before.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh.
I mean, 12 years. We broke up. It was a couple months, and I had one man, and then I met Bear.
Oh, so Bear, these aren't all your kids?
You know, they are.
Oh.
They're my kids.
You didn't have any kids with the other guy, right?
No, I didn't.
Lucky him.
He goes,
they better be my kids.
Let me tell you, my father's from Hungary. He was very strict. He taught me good morals.
Good morals?
He ruined you, and you're ruining your daughters.
Well, you know...
Yeah.
All right, well...
Nah. I know, I love her.
You have a 17-year-old daughter you want to have sex?
No,
Yes.
No.
Well... Hey, listen, so it sounds like you're not attracted to Bear in any way anymore.
Well, I mean, do you know people who've been together almost 17, 18 years, they're still having sex with each other? I know many couples that don't.
I know people that do.
Sure.
There are people that do and people that don't.
Yeah. All right.
Friends of mine.
Well, why don't we explain what's going on here? Father's Day right around the corner. What are the girls getting for Dad this year?
I'm sorry?
What are the girls getting for Dad this year? Father's Day.
I'm not exactly sure. We'll probably take a trip down to the shore, maybe spend a day at Great Adventure or something.
What do they usually get him for Father's Day? The same old?
We try to do something a little different.
Yeah,
you know,
like have sex? That's different.
Nah, but you know what? If I had the money, I'd give him a certificate. He can knock himself out.
Wow.
All right,
well,
that's why we're calling you.
Well,
Anthony, why don't you explain what's going on?
All right. Well, Louise, we spoke to Bear earlier. He kind of let us in on a little bit of this story. You've obviously enlightened us with a lot more detail. But we're having a little contest, kind of promotion, little Father's Day giveaway thing we want to do. And Bear seems really perfect for this. We want to send Bear out to Las Vegas, Nevada, to a place called the Bunny Ranch.
Right.
Where he will go out on a date with one of the lovely ladies of the Bunny Ranch. And this date, you know, they could go out to dinner. They can go to a casino. They could do whatever they want. He could take his and put it if he wants to.
I ain't using it no more.
Whatever they want to do, they can do. It's a date. So, how do you feel about that, Louise? And you know, not just some light conversation here. We're talking seriously. Sending him out, doing this. He might, you know, get some. He might put it, you know, which, you know, I'm sure you, even when you were doing it, you never got it right. Something tells me you had a constant view of the ceiling. Yeah.
Well, listen.
You guys are pisses.
So that's what we want to do for Bear, possibly. We're taking more stories, but
he's got a great story.
And when he comes back from Vegas, what's going to happen? Or Nevada, actually. What's going to happen?
What's going to happen?
Are you going to be cool with him, or is that going to be the?
Yes.
You're not going to care?
No.
Oh, Bear, she might be blowing your chances. I got to be honest.
Yeah, we kind of want a wife that's going to be a little, you know, pissed off.
Yeah.
Nah, but it's also about, I got to say, for
but
Bear.
you know
Hold
what?
on, madam. Madam, please, madam. Man talking.
She's got 4 kids in a big house, Jimmy.
It's also about Bear is a guy who is a great candidate because he's real. This is what guys go through.
That's true.
No guy is going to do it and risk his marriage.
That's true.
His wife says no guy can go.
How about you guys just have relations today?
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh, my
Wow. Have you ever heard a more real no than that for anything?
Nah, I don't think so.
I know. We've been doing this long enough to know that we can't even talk them into it.
No, Louise, what would it take for you to actually have the relations that you're supposed to have in a marriage with your husband?
I don't know. I really couldn't answer that question.
You don't know what it would take. Do you drink?
So long. It's unnecessary for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but can't you just do a wifely duty?
You know what I'm saying? Maybe you come back a happier person.
Maybe he'll come back a happier person. No, he's going to come back a person that goes, wow, that's what it feels like.
That's
I
what
almost
I'm missing.
forgot. And his bags are going to be packed.
You know when he's going to be a happier person? When the police show up and go, Bear, we have news.
Hey, I don't care. As long as he supports mine, and he can support us.
I think the second one bag is emptied, the other one's going to be packed, and he's leaving.
Yo, can I say something here?
Yeah, go ahead, Bear.
Not for nothing. If I do win this trip,
yeah,
it's going to turn out to be like a 45-second trip.
It's going to be back on the plane coming home.
Do it at the gate.
Won't even get off the plane.
Oh, she's yelling something like he'll be lucky to get 30 seconds. Is that what you just said?
Oh. Pretty much. He's looking 45 seconds.
45 seconds is long for him, she's saying.
That's the inside of that room is going to look like if two firemen just put out a fire. I don't know why I had to say two firemen. It just sounded funnier.
Just squirting each other.
I was getting 30 seconds.
What?
Yeah, we heard. Yeah, we heard you. 30 seconds.
Shit.
Jesus. She's trying to get that joke out.
Yeah.
I love her.
We get it.
Yeah, we love her.
Louise with the 4 kids in the big house.
Hey, did Bear ever give you, the big O there or what?
Yeah. Were you ever satisfied with Bear? Yeah? Because it kind of sounds like maybe Bear wasn't as good, and because if it was really good, you would want to do it, right?
No man is as good as they think they are.
Oh boy. Oh, Bear.
All right, don't see what I'm dealing with.
How do you know?
You won't all use lawyers. All think he's the best.
Well, Miss, who would you say was the best you've had?
Yeah.
Actually, it was my first.
Your first was the best. Oh, poor Bear.
Not only did she say it, she
all right, I'm back
belted it
on.
out.
She meant it with everything.
Every other answer was, well, and that one was number one.
Wow, I'm back in with Bear. Now we got to send it to Nevada.
But it was like she had been waiting for 20 years for someone to just ask.
Please, someone ask me.
Thank God someone finally asked me.
I've never heard a person readier with an answer.
Wow.
Hey, and who was more well endowed?
More well endowed. I can't lie, Timmy, Bear, whatever you want to call him.
Bear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who's better with kitty cats?
Yeah.
Kitty cats, me.
Who scratches them under the chin and makes them stick their head out, and you go under their chin?
I'm the pussy lady.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You got to get another title.
Let me tell you something. I am brand new. My G1 tells me I am like a brand new little girl. Okay?
What does your gynecologist do? Just attack you with a leaf blower?
What do you mean?
I'm sorry?
Apparently, there's no wreckage or something. No damage done. What he says? You're fine and dandy.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Good. Well, you don't.
Yeah. Are you planning on getting some action soon from something or somebody?
No, actually, I'm not. I'm too busy with my kids and my ass
and the big house. You don't care though. You don't care if you ever have sex again.
Nah, it's not on my top 10 now.
Wait, Miss, your kids are 17, two 12-year-old twins, and how old is the other one?
15.
All right, so they all go to school. What do you do? Like when they leave for school, do you still run around going, my kids, and just setting things up? What do you do when they're gone at school?
When they're not in school?
No, when they are in school.
Yeah, what do you...
When they are in school, like I said, at work, I get a big house to take care of, a lot of animals to take care of. I keep occupied.
She has brought so much things into her life that she doesn't have to have any kind of relationship with the husband.
Basically, yeah, but it's not derogatory towards him. You know what I mean? It's not a knock or anything. It's just
kind of is. Kind of is a little bit. Little bit. Right.
Derogatory. A little derogatory.
A little bit.
Wait a minute. I got to know. Who is the second best?
Yeah, who is the second best guy you've ever been with?
Better answer this one right.
the guy before Timmy.
Are you
kidding? The guy before Bear.
Right, but Bear's in the top 3, right?
All right, Bear.
Hey, Bear, you won the bronze.
Good. You know, you placed.
All right, Bear.
Win, place, or show. You placed.
If we played him across the board, we'd be cashing a winning ticket.
You'd be cashing in.
Yo, fellas.
Yes.
Fellas.
Yeah.
Well, no, when you answered that question, I was afraid you were going to say the guy in the bus station.
Bear, you have no position to talk. You're the worst lay that poor woman has ever had. You drove her away from sex.
Yeah,
like
that's what's going on here. Bear, it sounds like you didn't know how to do it right, and she's like, I'd rather not.
Hey, Louise.
Let me see. I got four.
Yeah, we understand the biological part of it worked, but that could be done with a turkey baster. Louise, if I could ask you a question, did Bear take care of you in other ways than the conventional "we're making babies" version of relations?
Of course, in the early years.
In the early years, he would do other things to make you feel good.
I'll do it right now. What early years? I'll do it right now.
Oh, see, Bear's willing. You understand, Louise? Do you hear it in Bear's voice? He kind of wants.
He's kind of begging
to do this, but
kind of begging.
He's kind of begging.
But you are so dead set against this.
What's the longest Bear lasted?
Oh, jeez. I don't remember.
About?
Like the best day I can remember?
Yeah.
Best 10 minutes.
Wait,
yeah.
When's the last time he really tried, like, to hit on you and have you, and where you said no?
What?
When's the last time he tried to sleep with you and you said no?
It's after the twins, maybe 3 months later when they're screaming and crying, and then I get the other one whinging at me like, you gotta be kidding, get away.
So we're talking like 1995?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Jesus.
All right. Well, we got to let them.
Oh,
yeah.
I've tried since then. You get your hands now, get your hands off me. Blah, blah, blah.
So you play a little grab ass, and she goes, get out of here.
Exactly.
Why don't you guys just get divorced?
Why?
No.
Why? What's the point?
So Bear could get some,
We still have things in common, and we do what we can.
Yeah, but see, Bear told us, he's had opportunities, but he feels guilty. But I'm thinking if you guys were divorced, he wouldn't feel guilty anymore, and then he would be satisfied as far as that part of his life goes.
What do you have in common besides the fact that neither one of you likes penis?
Yeah, what is it? What is it that you guys share?
I'm best friends with my penis.
See, she just laughs.
What are you talking about? I'm not friends with my penis.
What,
every night.
Louise, what is it that you guys share in this marriage that keeps you a married couple, that you're not just roommates, that you enjoy each other's company with?
Well, besides the kids, we have mutual friends. We have a good time. We go out occasionally when we can.
Not that good of a time.
I don't know. Just everyday stupid stuff.
Everyday stupid stuff.
Listen,
they're just like pals.
We got a break. We got Brian Regan in studio. We got Chuck Liddell. He's coming in a second. We got Nicole Richie calling in. We got to do all this in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's getting a little crazy. Hey, I think we're going to have to talk to you guys a little more tomorrow or Monday. But Bear is definitely the leading candidate to go out to the Bunny Ranch in Nevada and get some dating in for Father's Day.
Yep.
What did Louise say about that?
She doesn't care.
She's fine with it?
Yeah. She'll drive him to the airport.
What's that, Louise?
What did you do for Mother's Day? Did you hook up any women for Mother's Day?
We would be happy to.
What would we do for someone like you, let's say?
No, I mean, something that you just couldn't turn down.
Like what?
Like something that I dream about.
What do you dream about?
Big, tall, tan, tattooed. Just something you never want to let go of.
Bear, get a tattoo.
She is so emasculating. I love it. Her voice is deeper than her husband's, and she's completely emasculating.
I love it.
She's fantastic.
I love this broad.
All right, you two.
Listen, they call it a Bunny Ranch for the men. What is it called for the women?
All right, we're going to have to figure it out. We might have to, take care of you, too.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, you guys been great. We got to go for now.
Kenny, you got a problem with me going to the ranch?
No problem at all with you going to the ranch.
An actual ranch. I think she thinks it's like a horse ranch.
Yeah, we go riding.
Hey, ride.
She was asking Bear, whose real name is Jimmy. Bear, do you have a problem that she went there?
Went where?
Went and did what you want to do.
To the Bunny Ranch with you?
Or somewhere else.
You might be enlightened. The two of you might actually, if she watches you go out on this date, maybe that'll kind of get you where you kind of rejuvenate yourselves and think, wow, this will kind of get our our juices flowing again.
At this point, I'm open to anything.
Yeah, unfortunately, your wife isn't.
All right, listen. Listen, we're killing ourselves. We got to take a break.
Yeah.
All right, Bear and Louise. Louise again.
Louise.
I don't know why I keep saying that.
Louise Guzman.
We'll be in touch. We'll call you guys back soon, okay?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, Bear is
All right.
definitely the leading candidate
Take it easy.
for the date at the Bunny Ranch in Nevada for Father's Day.
Damn, I love those two.
Yeah, Brian Regan in studio, Chuck Liddell in the green room, Nicole Richie getting ready to call. It's going to get crazy for the next 15 minutes. Stay there. It's Opie and Anthony.
Opie and Anthony. 92.3 K-Rock. 92.3 K-Rock.
3.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
0.
Hi, welcome back to the Opie and Anthony program. I'm Anthony. Opie's the one with his mouth full. Have to, gorge yourself during these breaks. Gotta eat. Opie's a grazer.
I have to eat all day.
He has to eat all day.
All day long.
I have one thing in the morning.
Brian Regan in studio. We got to him late because of that crazy couple we just had on the air, Brian.
They were a nice couple.
Weren't they?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a disaster.
And you're playing in the round tomorrow night?
Yes.
In Westbury? They changed the name of the theater, but it's the Westbury.
North Fork.
North Fork.
Yeah. I saw Bob Saget there in the round. I was just telling Brian off mic. It's hilarious because he was trying to refer back to an old lady that he was talking to throughout the whole show, but the stage is moving and he got all confused, didn't know where she was anymore. And then you said that you had a heckler behind you or something?
I had a guy, well, the first time I did one of those round ones, there was somebody shouting stuff out behind me, and I wasn't wise enough to realize I could just turn around and face him. I was doing comebacks over my shoulder.
Why?
Oh yeah, listen, you wait till I spin around your way, buddy. I got a thing or two to say about what you just shouted out. You just wait.
Hey, can we speed up the turntable? I gotta yell at this guy.
Yeah, who's in charge of the spinning wheel?
Put me on 78 RPM.
Please. And then Brian pointed out that he thought it was funny that a helicopter company is a sponsor on our show. Why was that funny?
No,
it's
nice.
I want to put you on the spot.
I can see. Not you guys. Any radio show, they have beer sponsors and stuff. This is the first time I've heard a helicopter pilot training school.
Yeah. I think you're laughing because you've performed in front of a bunch of our listeners over the years, and you don't think they can handle a helicopter. No, is that what you're saying?
When I see your listeners, I think chopper pilots.
Yeah.
I think these guys should be up in the air, flying around, patrolling the city.
When I read the message boards, those are the people I want to fly with. I want to go to Atlantic City. Can you please chopper me over there?
I'd rather fly out of a schoolyard than Apocalypse Now.
I see a bunch of helicopters with WOW bumper stickers on the back of them.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But that's cool, man. I'm sure they get some good pilots out of this whole program.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about.
A majority of the listeners never call in or never go to appearances, so it's not the people you usually see at our shows. You wouldn't have somebody with a wacky hey, what's your pilot's name? Well, on the message board, he's Old Gravy Leg and a hell of a pilot.
And Brian, you got a Comedy Central special? Is that this weekend?
It's Sunday night.
1 hour, right?
1 hour.
Nice.
On, Comedy Central. 1 hour of stand-up and 3 minutes of laughter.
No.
Yeah.
Are you doing it live or you already shot it?
Already shot it.
That's great, dude.
And you got a DVD out, and he's playing North Fork on Long Island. Busy.
He's doing the big places these days.
I was reading an article because I think you just played Philly.
Coming up, I'm doing Upper Darby Saturday night.
Okay, I was reading the Philadelphia papers today, and you were being interviewed, and they were talking about how nice of a comedian you are and stuff, and you decided a long time ago to just be nice, but you got evil thoughts in you. And one of these days, boy, I'll tell you, I'm gonna get some of these evil thoughts out.
I think the closest we ever got was Ron and Fez. On Ron and Fez's show when we were all drinking.
Well, that was after many Bud Lights.
Yeah.
We almost got Brian to really speak his mind.
Oh, was that a good one?
I was close to saying dang that night.
Yeah. That's what we were trying to get out of you.
Close, man.
Dang.
To say, gosh darn it,
I thought he was going to say it, but then he went into a dag nabbit.
Dag nabbit?
Dag nabbit.
Or dad burn it. That's another one.
Dad burn it.
Burn it. Would that ever come out of somebody? You know what I mean? Like you stub your toe on a coffee table. I can't see anybody saying, "Dad, burn it!"
What?
I just stubbed the big toe. Dad, burn it! Gosh dang it all! It's the bad words have to come out.
Yeah, that's when they fly. Oof.
Hey, are you a fan of UFC? We set up a little UFC match with you today.
Ultimate Fighting Champion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, we decided to surprise you. We're going to have like
a Kentucky Fried Chicken competitor. I like KFC. UFC, not so much.
Ultimate Fried Chicken.
Yeah,
now that's
Ultimate Fried Chicken I do like.
Ukrainian Fried Chicken.
Ukrainian Fried Chicken is okay. I prefer the Kentucky Fried. But they're both good. They really are.
Have you ever had to fight anyone in your life there, Brian?
Ever
get in a little confrontation? You had to take care of business? Like, how do you get out of it? You got to move or something?
You ever put up your dukes?
You ever like, oh, let's go?
Last night, the red eye, I didn't think we were going fast enough. So I worked my way up into the cockpit and took care of business.
Sometimes you have to.
You know what I mean? I'm like, how come we're not going full throttle?
Yeah.
And the guy looked at me and I just started wailing on him.
And this is why Regan is so successful and I am languishing, because UFC, he goes on this great tear about all these funny abbreviations, and all I can think of is that kind of sounds like how I talk to my girlfriend.
Oh, yes, UFC?
That's good.
Always.
Brian Regan.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
how are you? That's my pilot.
There's
last night.
Hey, he's a chopper pilot now.
Chuck Liddell, everyone. Brian, do you know Brian Regan?
How are you,
One
man?
of the funniest guys in America, if not the funniest guy in America.
Very kind.
I go with
Jim
one
Norton.
of them.
Jim Norton and I.
Well, I'm sorry. That's always awkward.
The top
the top
400. I'll go with it.
How's top 3? And Chuck Liddell does UFC. You know Chuck, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
How are you, man?
We were rooting for you as far as that last fight goes.
Oh, yeah. You take out 2 of the bastards that had beaten you before, and the third guy comes in there, and wow.
Caught me.
Yeah. Ooh, did he catch you? We were watching the we were watching the video, and man, you got tagged, and I can't even imagine what that must have felt like. I've seen you take shots and just shake them off, but that one really just put you on the mat.
Yeah, it caught me right on the tip of the chin. I mean, I was back a couple of seconds after it was over, but
yeah, I saw that.
But it didn't cause any problem. So it was just that quick flash knockdown that. And he was able to follow up real quick.
I think the fact that he followed up so quickly and got over you got the ref to jump in like that.
And it was a good stop. I mean,
it was. Do you think
it was a good stop?
Do you think honestly you would have been able to fight out of that if you would have been given a little more time? Or
if he'd give me a couple seconds if Rampage give me a couple seconds on the mat, I would have been ready to go again.
They had to pull him off though, because there was 1 second where it just seemed like you stopped moving.
Definitely the right thing. No, I'm saying if he hadn't jumped on so quick,
good strategy, I guess.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you.
If he had backed off,
Jimmy just called you a pussy.
What Jimmy said, Chuck?
Jimmy just called you a pussy.
Were you
Look at the look he's giving.
No.
I can't believe you said that, Jimmy.
Jimmy's one of your biggest fans.
I love Chuck, man.
Chuck just gave a look that was beyond real, so let's
I wouldn't know. I was looking at Anthony's knees.
The temperature dropped 20 degrees on that look.
Oh, my God, did it.
Do you, when did you realize, I wondered this, because, it seemed like you, looked up and actually said, what happened? When someone catches you like that, all of a sudden, it's very sudden.
No, I knew what happened
you did know
when I got up. Like I said, it's one of those flash knockdown kind of things, and
You went in kind of low. You went in for some body shots, and as you pulled back, did you see it coming? And did you say to yourself, "Oh crap, I left myself kind of open here"?
No, but that is I was throwing something that my trainers told me not to throw for a long time.
Oh Jesus, no!
And it's one of those things. This is why, and that was why you get caught. You're open for that.
What was it
hook. It's just open lead with a body hook. I mean, I have a bad tendency to do it, and your trainers told me every time I do it not to do it, and I've gotten away with it in the past, and this time I didn't. So maybe listen a little harder.
What's your first thought when you come? What's the first thought in your head when you come to after a hit like that?
I was.
Do you know where you are?
Well, I did. Yeah, I knew.
So right away you wake up.
Well, they wouldn't. My trainer wouldn't even let him interview me if I didn't. He walked up. The first thing he asked me, walked up and said, "Where are you?"
Yeah.
Where he asked me a few questions to make sure I knew where I was. I knew what was going on. Otherwise, he wouldn't even let him interview me after the fight.
Right.
He would have walked me out of the ring and not let me talk.
You ever get hit so hard you wake up and you're like, wow, what's going on here? Like, do you get really confused?
He usually looks at people that have that thought and feeling going on in their head.
Do you like this? Is what I want. I was kind of like what Oprah was saying. I was thinking like when you like something like that happens, like all right, the championship has changed hands. Do you realize the magnitude of that at the moment, or are you like later kind of quiet in your room going, God damn it? Like, does it hit you later?
I think it hits you. It hits you right away, and then hits you more later. You kind of start going through what's gone on, what you've lost or whatever.
It looked like such,
it just gets it. You're almost there. Yeah, I was almost where I wanted to be. I was, one fight away from having done what I want to do and
retribution,
having everything done, and now I've got a few more. I got a few more left, so I'll be around for a while.
Well, he had 9 years younger, right? I mean, that's a big difference, man. When two guys are fighting, that's a hard thing to overcome.
It's all right. We'll see.
Yeah, he's ready to get back in there.
That did look like it tagged you. It looked like it tagged you just on the tip of your chin.
And that's probably why I think that's that catching it right there is why it rocked me for a second.
You think if you would have just got in the side of the face more?
I don't think it would have.
What does that do? It just rocks your jawbone around?
It turns your head.
More leverage, I guess.
Yeah. What prevents you guys from not having shattered jaws? Like if any of us got hit like that in this studio, we'd still be in the hospital.
Because he's a real man and we're built like glass, little glass unicorns on a shelf.
I know.
Yeah,
we're 3 swooning fairies asking a man questions. What's it like to have muscles?
Chuck, we said it before you got here. You're one of the only guys that comes in here that we're like intimidated in front of. I mean, I think you're the only one that has come in that we're like, oh my God, just don't say the wrong thing. I'm thinking of every word in my head before it comes out.
Chuck said why, and I'll answer why. Because we all know that there's a whole professional fighter, not professional fighters thing. Like, so we understand that there's that barrier. We don't know if you do. So that would be the scary thing. Let's say Liddell realized I shouldn't have hit them. Well, that's a little too late.
Yeah. I just like the idea. Jimmy brought up something earlier, that the fact that you can go anywhere with a girl or whoever you're with and know that you're not going to have these problems. That you could take care of business. You ever have a girl maybe open her mouth and you go, honey, could you shut the hell up? You're going to get me killed.
South Street, Philly, driving behind some Harley Davidson guys, and they were going a little slow, so my girlfriend decided to beat the horn. I'm like, are you crazy? I'm not Chuck Liddell here. I'm not Chuck Liddell, all right? I know I come across as a tough guy and I can handle some situations, but I can't take on 4 of these guys because they're going a little too slow.
We have to knock our girlfriends out when that happens. Right. In order to save our own asses, I had to burn the village to save it.
Was he? What do you think of I watched Crow Cop get and it seems like with you guys, man, the fights don't last long because there's so many weapons. One mistake is unsurvivable. Like with boxers, they can tie each other up. You guys don't have that luxury.
Yeah, I mean, you make that mistake, it's over. I mean, if I had an 8 count, I would have been back on my fight again. It would have been just fine.
You guys are making boxing look like such an old sport now. We had a whole discussion about this the other day. It's like it's really hard to watch boxing when you get into the UFC stuff. It's really hard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you're making curling look ridiculous.
It's just so much more exciting and action-packed. And, I guess, unfortunately, that's kind of what got you in that last match. I'm certain you'll be back. We get a rematch.
I think they got me fighting someone else before that. Mm-hmm. But, hopefully fight in September, October, and then I'll rematch too.
You fight every 3 or 4 months?
4 months? 3 or 4 months, yeah.
You're not afraid of guys like the Pride guys, like Crow Cop came over, and it was Fedorov is what? Is he undefeated, Fedorov, sorry. Is he undefeated or no?
I think so.
He's like the only guy. Are you afraid of him, or you're not afraid of any of those guys?
I'm not afraid of anybody.
Yeah.
I'll fight anybody. They want me to fight, I'll fight. So
you can ring with anybody. Yeah,
I got a shot with everybody. So
I have such a short list of people I would fight. Such a short list. He's like, anybody with 2 legs.
I wouldn't want to be in a bar and go up to him and say, I think I'm next on the pool table, and then have him. His next line is, I'm not afraid of anybody.
All right,
you know what? Why don't you play the next game? Here's some quarters. Take my quarter.
You try to nod your head towards the chalkboard with your name on it.
I mean, technically I'm next, but, I don't mind.
Hey, we got Nicole Richie on the line here. Nicole.
Oh.
What's going on?
How are you?
It's Opie and Anthony. We got Chuck Liddell in studio from UFC and Brian Regan.
What's up, guys?
Hi, Nicole. Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
Wow, you've been in the news lately?
Yeah.
For a couple of reasons. One of which is this pregnancy rumor. Can we get that out of the way?
You never believe anything you read. I don't really talk about all that stuff, but it's all silly. It's just, it's ridiculous.
I got to be honest. I was hoping it was true because I think you're so much hotter when you're, chubby.
Thanks.
Opie.
But you're so much hotter when you're chubby, too.
Never believe anything you read, so Lincoln was not the president.
No.
Exactly.
Okay.
He defeated Truman? Now, another thing, of course, the Paris Hilton thing where she's in jail. You spent a lot of time with her filming your TV show. Simple Life. And what do you think? Any opinion on that? Or?
It's obviously unfortunate, and I'm really proud of her for taking responsibility and doing what she has to do.
Yeah, because there was that falling out. And I'm just, what I'm going on? I feel like an ass even asking you these things because I would read them and go, something? Why would anybody get so deep into these rumor things? And is Paris and Nicole on the outs? Yeah, are they on the outs? We'll tell you later. And I really wouldn't care. But since she's in jail, you're a little happy about it?
No, I'm not.
No, okay.
How was it calling out Perez Hilton? Because I personally don't like that type of crap site, and they said you really had a problem with him or her, whatever Perez is.
You know what? I think that's more... I don't necessarily have a problem with him. I don't even know him. I think that he likes to think that he has these enemies, and, I could care less about him. So, it's more like I don't care, and he feels like he has some sort of rivalry with me. But, I really don't pay attention to people that just sit in front of a computer all day and are obsessed with other people's lives. I think it's a little bit pathetic.
What's the most hurtful rumor about you that you saw that you're like, ugh, that one sucks?
Any rumor that I have an eating disorder or anything like that, because it's just not true, and I don't want to send out the wrong message.
Yeah.
Well, why'd you lose all that weight?
I'm just naturally thin.
Just wanted to.
Do you want to ask a question too? There was something.
Yeah, I have something. I've just I have to ask you. Of course, Lionel Richie's daughter. Love Lionel Richie. Where is the big clay head from the Hello video?
We have it, actually.
You have it?
We have it, yeah.
The big clay head.
Clay head.
Do you think it looks anything like your father?
No, and I actually don't like looking at it.
And who made it? Did that blind girl actually make it? Because I would only say a blind girl could have made that because it looks nothing like him.
I don't think she made it, and she's actually not blind. I actually not recently, but about 5 years ago, recognized her. I saw her in a commercial, like a Burger King commercial or something, and I was like, is that the same girl that was in...
That's the one that made your head, or supposedly made the head. Where do you keep it? That's not a good
compliment for an artist to ask, are you blind?
Where do you keep the head? Where does your dad keep the head?
He has a collection of stuff, so I know that I know I've seen it. I don't know exactly where in the house.
I would display it right in the foyer, right when you open the huge doors.
When you walk in,
yeah, I'm sure your father has this huge entryway. And I would put it in a big glass case, just sitting there like the idol in Indiana Jones. That big clay head with the giant jaw and the hair that looked nothing like his.
I think you should actually put it at the gate, so before you
oh, that would be good.
You're warned, this is what you're walking into,
Or actually have it tip back and have a red button that he pushes and a secret panel opens up like Batman's house.
Or on a post at the foot of the bed, so it's just staring at you all the time while you're sleeping.
Exactly.
I would love to look at a bust of my own head on the foot of the bed.
Nicole, I have been fascinated with the clay head for years.
Loves it.
Yeah. Does he dance on the ceiling?
What?
Does he dance on the ceiling?
Every night.
Every night. Yeah. So what are you promoting? We're running.
The Simple Life goes to camp.
Simple Life is goes to camp. What is that? Sundays at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
On E.
When do you guys premiere?
I'm sorry.
It premiered.
Oh, is it on it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know. It's not.
Wow, that was one of the worst plugs I've ever heard.
Well, I want to plug what she's calling for. I mean, but it says here, she says Sundays at 10 o'clock on E, so I didn't know.
And Nicole, you know you carry that show, right?
Thank you.
You know that, right? I hope you know that.
Well, you know, we both...
I mean, Paris gets all the attention. She comes up with cool stuff to keep her name in the press, but you actually got the real talent and carry The Simple Life. The Simple Life goes to camp Sundays at 10 on
Now,
E.
Nicole?
Yes.
Now, if indeed you're not pregnant, is that what we're hearing now from Nicole Richie?
I don't talk about that stuff.
You know, well, here's what you ought to do. If you're not, take the big clay head and put it under your dress and walk around with that and to screw with the press.
All right, perfect.
Love that clay head.
We're just a bunch of asses.
Yeah, I know.
Figured it out yet.
All right, Nick.
Well, Nicole, the thing is, are you going to be watching the Ultimate Fighter season 5?
I wasn't planning on it. Should I?
Absolutely. It's
You better.
on Thursdays at 10 o'clock on Spike. And, you know, it's people of the same ilk as like Chuck Liddell and myself.
We have Chuck Liddell in studio right here. And Chuck, I might say, if you had a chin like that big clay head, I think you'd have stood up to in that last fight. He took one to the chin and went down, and it was very hard to watch.
Yeah.
That's
we like Chuck.
Nicole. Yeah, I know. These are all redundant questions and statements that are being made.
I think she's done with it.
You don't even have to chime in.
All right.
Not entertaining the whole pregnancy thing, though, huh?
I'm sorry?
Damn, I wanted a scoop.
Yeah, we need a scoop.
Do you think Page 6 is going to write about the clay head, Nicole, and the information? Clay head,
that's really interesting.
The big headline.
I think, listen, I give you guys credit. You guys are finally talking about something that no one else talks about.
I know.
I personally get so sick of people asking me the same stupid questions over and over again.
See, I knew it. That's why I wanted to talk about that. I could see.
My favorite interview so far.
It's gonna say it in Page 6. It's gonna say Nicole Richie confirms clay head at Dad's house. All right, Nicole. Thanks for giving us a call and continued success.
All right, you guys. Thanks.
Yeah, tell your father I love him and love the head.
And keep carrying that show. The Simple Life goes to camp Sundays at 10 on E.
If you want, I'll try and get a clay head made of yours.
Oh, my God. I would love that. Get me a picture of the clay head.
You know what? The sad part is she's not even going to remember us. When
I know.
Oh, yes, she will.
She'll remember us every time she sees that big clay head.
Stand out in my head.
All right, Nicole. Thank you.
All right. Bye, you guys.
And we also got to plug. We can't forget to plug a couple of things. We got Liddell here. We got what exactly are you plugging? The Ultimate Fighting.
She's nice, Jimmy.
Tuesday night fights.
You stuttering, muttering.
Well, look. You don't want to screw that plug up. No, you don't. Regan's. I don't care if I screw up Regan's. I'll go ahead, Brian. You do it. This one you want to handle properly.
Rich Franklin's fighting on the 16th out there. And then the 23rd, BJ Penn, a good friend of mine, is fighting Jez Pulver. So,
Chuck, I don't know.
Finale for the show. So
I don't know if you want to talk about it, but I got to get into it because it made the press and everything. You might punch me in the face, but that interview where we saw video of it, where you're just like out of it. What was that?
We played the audio on our show, and Jimmy laughed. Jimmy laughed really hard while we were playing.
I loved it.
Hey, when I heard the audio, I laughed too. I don't even remember getting all the way home. I was in California and I was in Dallas.
Wow.
Yeah, so
you blacked out through 2 time zones. You know how great that is?
And the guy was interviewing you, and he's just like, are you okay? He started asking if
he
you
was
were
really
okay.
worried about you.
Yeah, I should have been.
It was just a late night out?
No, I wasn't out that late. It was, I had taken a sleeping pill.
Oh,
and I was sick. I woke up 3 hours later coughing. I had pneumonia.
Oh,
I actually
man.
was in bed for 8 days after that. I was talking to my doctor on the phone. I don't remember talking to him, but he said, I was swearing to him I didn't have a fever. So I'm like, you gotta have a fever. Because it sounds like you got pneumonia. I said, but he came over, he's like, yeah. As soon as he walked in, he's filming me. He's like, yep, you got pneumonia, bro.
Fever? You were talking like you had malaria.
Yeah.
I
woke up about 3 hours after I taken a sleep pill, and I took NyQuil to try to stop because I couldn't.
NyQuil, oh my God!
I was stopping coughing.
That's a real picker-upper, Chuck.
I don't even know why they got me out of bed. I must have been trying not to get up. I know I didn't want to get up. I know me. I don't like getting up early in the morning anyway, much less after I've been taking sleep pills. So
wow, we love that audio though.
I want to see. I want to see the rematch between the sleeping pills and NyQuil because that match. I think NyQuil and sleeping pills won also.
Oh yeah, it won that one good. Yeah. But it was actually good. It got me off the road. I was supposed to be on the road for another couple weeks, and
who knows, man? Might have killed you. Jesus.
I've been sick for probably a month and a half. I mean, 3 weeks before that, Dana told me to go home, get off the road, go to see your doctor.
Yeah,
wow. And I'm saying, no, I can keep going. I can finish up everything I said I'd do. So, hey, it got to me. I mean, I think the final thing was getting to me was I was doing a 5-city tour, promoting the 300, and it was 8 o'clock in the morning doing radio and stuff till about 1. Then I'd fly somewhere else, do a showing of it, and then supposed to go to sleep. And I don't sleep. I don't get to sleep. I can't sleep early, so by the time I get to sleep, it'll be like 3 or 4 in the morning. They wake me up again at 8.
Oh my
and start the day all over again. I did that 5 days in a row, and the 5th day,
you're shot.
I cracked.
You like being Chuck Liddell. You can see that it's fun being Liddell, man. That's a cool. He's like not a defeated guy. Like you lost a fight, but you're like the same guy you were the last time you came in. It's like that. It's cool to see.
It's a fight. I can't wait to fight. I can't wait to fight again. The only difference is I've already started training again. I'm ready to get back in the ring. First thing I want to do when I've lost a fight is I just want to get back in the ring. I mean, every other time I've lost, I've come back and had long streaks of wins.
You know, one of our fans is
I just need one more long streak of wins so I can retire. You know,
one of our fans is on the Ultimate Fighter show. Is he still in it?
Is he?
Yeah, one of the guys that's on Whack Bag.
Really?
Oh no, he became a helicopter pilot. I swear, I read it.
No, a fan of our show. One of our fans was on that show. I'm not sure if he's still on it, but yeah. All right, Tom, we'll get off the air.
Tom, yeah, we gotta go. Tom.
Chuck's website is IcemanMMA.com. IcemanMMA, which stands for mixedmartialarts.com. And Brian, we want to make sure we take care of you too.
I want to plug Chuck's webpage.
I want to take my time to make sure Chuck is very happy before he leaves the studio.
I want Chuck to be happy.
Chuck will be savagely beating Brian tomorrow night at the Westbury Music Fair.
Hey, it is in the round. You guys could go UFC. Yeah. You could do a little UFC comedy thing out there.
Brian. This hurts.
I got those gloves for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, we got to
send them out to you. I forgot them. He reminded me to bring them. I'm like,
oh, thanks, man.
Old Buzzkill is taking a look at us through the other...
Buzzkill.
Tom, you come in and tell him.
Yeah, why don't you... all right.
Yeah.
Chuck, please knock him out.
Please.
It'll be the greatest day of our careers. What?
begging me to hit you. How you doing, man?
Oh. Could you imagine... Could you imagine
get him to sign a paper,
marks in his knuckles?
This is not heading anywhere good.
What?
I said we could go or I bite him.
Yeah, no, that would be great. You punch him, he gets braces marks in his knuckles, and then Chuck gets in trouble because people thought he hit a 12-year-old.
Why are you talking to the boss like that?
I don't know, because we're still on the air. The second the mics go off, I kiss ass.
But Jimmy he has a nice tie on, though, right?
He certainly does. You look good, Tom. I don't make fun of Tom at all.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Not to his face.
Absolutely not.
That tie ever slipped through a glory hole? No?
Leave Tom alone. He has the entire area of Chelsea hanging off his neck. All right. Enjoy that
we'll get off the air. Sorry, Tom. You're out.
All right. So,
all right.
So, the Ultimate Fighter Season 5 is Thursdays at 10 o'clock on Spike. And Regan is tonight. You're going to be in Albany, correct?
Albany tonight, North Fork and Westbury tomorrow night, and Comedy Central special Sunday night, right? 10 o'clock.
Sunday and just one of the greatest stand-ups, really. I mean,
man,
absolutely.
Great
Jim, what a kind thing to say.
Great
Thank you so much.
I said the greatest.
But that's too childlike to go, gee, you're the best. I got to tell him that
very nice. Very, very cool.
It was awkward the first time. I figured I'd make it awkward the second time. What can I tell you? And ticket special for Jones Beach. We'll announce that tomorrow. Yeah, we're very, very busy. Chuck Liddell, thank you so much. Thanks to Nicole Richie. Thank you to Brian Regan. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. That's Opie and Anthony. And Jimmy Norton.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show.